Hi,
Hello.
Internet.
Oh man, we didn't start with hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hey. Hello.
Sheba Baby.
Baby.
She, comma, baby.
She baby.
What are you posting on the Twitter when you talk about Sheba Baby? Let's think.
Yeah. Workshop a tweet. So I can retweet that.
Do you like Pam Grier? So do we. Come watch us
Sheba
like...
Baby.
I'm sorry?
It's Sheba Baby.
Do you like Pam Grier? You should.
1 star we're in.
Cut, print, that's a wrap.
Yep.
This way on BMFcast. Boobs. Dead ass.
Pam Grier on a motorboat. Get it?
Hey.
I like it. I like that.
One
Star. No, it's 1 star. We're...
It's the sound of a motorboat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. I get that joke now.
You're like a Michael Winslow whisperer over there.
I see it. I hear it all.
Blaxploitation History Month continues with Sheba Baby. Baby? Baby. That's what I'm tweeting.
Baby.
Sheba Baby. Sheba Baby.
Uh-huh.
It's Bieber Baby. Baby.
Baby Bieber.
Rubber Baby Sheba Babies.
We're so stupid.
Yeah.
Unbelievable
We're
how stupid we
unbelievably dumb.
I like how we kick off the show with gold.
are.
Absolute
Yeah.
gold. Also,
We get it all out of our system before we
totally-
start
Right,
podcasting.
totally gold.
Also, an error has occurred.
Yep, an error has occurred. because
An error
we
has occurred.
posted the link.
What?
That's what it said.
Here, let me see if I can pull it up on the telephone,
Oh, sign in now to post a comment.
the Penn and Teller phone.
It sometimes takes a second to propagate.
Please stand by.
Oh, my phone says it cannot be completed as dialed.
The usual.
Yeah.
So we're once again not streaming poorly.
Well, maybe.
I can usually,
Sheba maybe.
I can actually usually watch
Sheba
the
Baby?
live streams on my phone. So, hang tight.
Error occurred. Please
Hang
try
it.
again later.
Oh,
Learn more.
unsupported video format. That's new.
Is that our last episode or something?
No, this is
so
it.
it's
Oh,
us.
that's us talking.
Oh, is it?
We just can't get our own page.
What, do you hear that hum? All right. So that link works? It's a
Hello.
working link.
Has this propagated?
Propagated.
So
Propose.
why would you be able to watch it on your phone and I can't on a, I don't know, a whole browser?
A whole browser.
Maybe you went in too soon.
Too deep.
You spelled propagated wrong.
What?
I promised. An error has occurred. Please fuck off.
I am just gonna leave on the comment thing. Is this real life?
If you're
Yeah.
getting a player error message, most of the time the video should start working again in about 30 minutes.
Cool.
All
30
right.
minutes. Wow, we got plenty of time.
This
then,
error can
don't
sometimes
we?
happen if the uploader is making changes to the videos. There's an issue with your internet
Please don't
connection
do that.
speed.
I'm not doing.
Are any of those valid?
It might be the damn internet connection again.
Son of
But
a-
apparently it's going out, which is important.
Well, that's good. I like that.
Out, maybe not down. I
Nobody
probably
can
should-
see
I
you.
probably should watch that.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't
Yeah,
be
no.
doing the...
Yeah, up, not down. How about there? That's
No.
better.
Yeah.
Alternative
Sorry.
titles. Sheba Shane. Terrible alternative title.
I'd watch Sheba Shane.
Sheba Shane. Sheba Shane. Queen of the Private Eyes. Sheba, a Chicago private detective, returns back home to Louisville, Kentucky to help her father fight mobsters.
Monsters.
Monsters.
Mob monsters.
I'm going to say monsters a bunch of times now, so I say it right when we do it. for
Okay.
real.
Monsters.
Monsters.
To fight mobsters, we had to create
Fight.
monsters.
Jaeger Baby.
Watch Jim
Holy
Henson's
shit.
Jaeger Babies.
Jaeger babies.
We have to go find animal.
Scooter Pentecost.
What about Skeeter Pentecost?
Could be.
A Muppet Baby only character. Yeah. How's that for some
Yep.
I don't know,
Deep.
words.
Deep Muppet cuts. McCuts.
The first mup is the deepest.
It's a Piggy Danger. Keep going with this.
Sure.
Yeah.
All day long.
Hey guys, what if the Muppet Babies was also Pacific Rim?
Mm-hmm.
It might go a little something like this.
Like what?
Now you're
Now
on board.
rewind 5 minutes and that's there you go.
Casey Kasem here.
Yeah, sorry about the Nazi salute. I was supposed to be up.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
He was
Did you gave a Nazi salute?
Inadvertently.
Nah, he was doing the end
Near.
of the ZZ Top
What is
video.
wrong
He
with
was
you?
just-
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then
right. And then
I can't believe you. I just
Oh,
Yeah.
we gotta wait for Dangerous to go get lunch before we start.
nope.
lunch. It's like
Hit pause,
wait,
dangerous.
where are you?
yeah. He's in Australia.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
Is he the guy that stole your credit card?
Possible.
Let's get him. Right now. He's right there on the internet.
No, he
I
went to
can't
lunch.
afford a flight.
Punch.
I don't have any credit.
He used all
anymore.
that credit.
Punch, punch, punch. Punch the internet.
Yeah.
Blair can see us and hear us, and that's the
Oh, that's
important
good.
Oh, then that's all we
So
need.
that means
let's
we're broken.
light this
but
candle.
Everybody else is.
All right.
not.
Oh, you need music. I will get that.
thing. What was
What was
the
one
you
I said?
Yeah.
Pam Grier on a motorboat.
What?
Not
It's
said.
Pam Grier on a motorboat, baby.
Yeah.
Get it.
One
I like to
star.
get it.
We're blur.
We're blah, blah,
blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah.
Ready for some music? not the long version.
Oh.
Just that one first one. Yes?
Do it.
All right, here it comes. At any point. It might-
This week on the BMFcast, it's Pam Grier on a motorboat. Get it? 1 star. We're
Chuck gets it.
All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Chuck gets it.
Home of some dumbasses.
Episode
Even though you
dumbass.
came up with the joke,
It's funny to hear it in
I
the serious
know.
announcer voice.
I just love
Yeah.
I love making you curl up into a
I-
reddish
I enjoy it.
shuddering ball.
I'd like. Yeah.
That's my Chuck Baby noise.
Yeah. It's pretty close.
Smarmy baby.
Posting too much on Twitter.
Jesus.
Where?
Gonna get me killed.
All right, you ready to do this? Let's make a podcast.
All right.
All right.
Let's make a podcast.
Someone make with a clapping noise. Then we'll make one. All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey,
BMFcast.
Episode 212.
212 is a
It's a
palindrome.
palindrome, yeah.
It is.
So,
We're all palindromes.
Race car.
the bad movie palindrome.
Scuba.
No,
What? No,
that's an
that's
acronym. That's different.
It's a spoonerism.
NORAD.
Also an acronym. Anyway, I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And what we do each and every episode of the BMFcast is we go and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie. Then we come in here and talk about it for the first half. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Hooray, Robot Jocks.
And bad movies. Let's stay away. They get a negative sliding scale 1 to 5 bags and douchebags after Twilight.
Oh no, Twilight. We don't like that.
Yeah, no.
That is a terrible movie.
And then also sometimes we do wonderful theme months.
We
like,
do.
Like the third
Most times
Most
we do
times.
wonderful
annual.
theme months.
Too many times we do wonderful theme months.
But
But
Like,
this is the best
the
theme
best-
one.
this is the best of the themes.
Yes, the third annual Blaxploitation History Month is upon us.
Yep.
And this is week 2.
Huzzah.
Yes.
So we decided to go with 1975's Sheba Baby,
Starring Pam Grier.
starring Pam Grier.
Sheba.
But you said it that way because it's in quotation marks.
Everywhere, it's
for
in
whatever
quotations.
reason.
I don't know why.
The official title is in quotes.
Yeah.
Sheba Baby.
Yeah.
Baby.
So very quick plot summary because we'll keep the streak alive, and then we'll talk more about it. A Chicago private detective returns home to Louisville, Kentucky to help her father fight mobsters.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah,
All right.
that's
Yeah.
accurate, I'm sure.
That was quicker than every traveling scene in this movie.
This is long shots of things going places.
Transportation, the movie. Brought to you by American International.
Welcome to a lot of 70s movies, especially American International movies.
Oh, yeah.
Time fillers.
Sure. But
Well,
usually,
this is like the stereotype you hear about.
yeah.
But you're like, no, it's not really like that. But then this one is.
It's totally like that.
Yeah. I mean, usually you get, like, if someone's driving somewhere, you're watching them in the car, and then you're cutting to scenery, and this is
Yeah.
just, here's a car driving somewhere.
Yeah, anyone could be in that car.
One long shot, and
But
Here's the
first,
plane landing.
first is
Yeah.
the most primitive form of transportation. It's Pam Grier walking.
yes,
A lot.
She's
since the
just
dawn
walking.
of time.
But she has also got her own personal walking theme song,
Yes.
the Sheba Baby theme song.
Yep.
Sheba, baby.
Pretty good. Says that she's bad and
It's a pretty good blaxploitation theme song.
she's
Yeah.
gonna fuck some people up.
Yeah,
yeah.
she's put together well.
Yep.
Um,
Well
yeah,
built,
well-built woman.
and she will
yeah.
jack you up or something. Yeah. Pretty good song.
Pretty good song.
Yeah.
We don't know any of the words, but it goes
Nah.
something like that.
Sheba Baby kicks in at some point. We're like, yeah, fuck yeah,
Yeah.
Sheba Baby.
Yeah.
They're singing about her, and she's walking
Yep.
through Chicago,
Yep. With her
getting on the train.
bedazzled America shirt.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
we were pretty sure. I was pretty sure that's what it was. I mean, it was like all you
Yeah,
could see
it
was like
was.
MERI,
You see
and then like once she
Merca.
takes the jacket off,
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, that's a bedazzled America shirt.
Yeah, the two A's are really expanded.
Yeah, it was more like America. But anyway, she gets on the train, goes wherever she's going, and finally ends up at her PI office. She's a private investigator.
Yep.
What was the first guy's name? Like,
R or something.
yeah, like Crockett and Shay.
Ratchet and
Yeah.
Was it
Shane.
Ratchet?
no, but it started with an R.
Racker.
Racker and
and
Shane.
Shane.
Private Eyes.
And she comes in and chastises the guy. He's like, I've been gone for 3 days. This place is a mess. And he's just like, I'm drinking Schlitz at work.
Don't judge me.
Because it's the 70s.
He's
Fuck
done
you.
nothing but sit at his desk and drink since she left.
I get the impression that's all he's done since they've been in business.
Probably.
But
Well, yeah.
anyway.
He's like, you got a telegram.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what had happened before the credits
All right.
Oh, wait. Shit, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
was
My bad.
It's all right.
basically her dad and his
Brick.
his coworker,
Sweet break.
closing up shop at their loan shop.
Yes. They sell loans.
Yeah, they're a loan shop. And three guys just waiting outside to come in and bust up the place. When the Brick leaves, the dad's there. These guys are just like,
Yeah, he shuts off all the lights. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, the place is empty. Let's
yeah.
go.
And so
wrap
the
up.
guys, bust the door up with a crowbar and just like, we need to trash the place, but don't steal anything. Just let them know. Give them a message.
Right.
So of course the dad comes out. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
I just want to point out that the first thing that they start to smash is they take this crowbar and take a huge swing at this tiny
little
vase.
vase.
Yeah.
And smash the ever-loving shit out of it.
They could have just knocked
It
that
wasn't even a
over.
vase. It was a vase.
Yeah.
It was
Perhaps.
so tiny.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
It was one of a single,
was so
single
dainty.
stem flower.
Slender cut glass
Yeah.
vase.
It was so dainty it could only be described as a vase.
Vase.
true. But
Yeah,
they
smashed
smash the shit out of it.
Yeah, they do. And, you know,
Yeah,
he
but he comes out
and
and he's like, I'm going to fight all three of you.
yeah, and he kind of
I'm
does for a little
old.
while. He
Yeah.
gets like two,
One's ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he kicks one, but, the problem is there's still two other guys.
and they're like, nuh-uh.
Yeah. And so they beat the crap out of him.
Yep.
And that's when Sheba gets there, and this is the telegram saying, Sheba, your father had the crap beat out of him. His life is at risk. Come to Kentucky. And
Yeah.
she's like, shit, why did you give me this letter? And he's like, how was I supposed to track you down? Meanwhile, they're private investigators.
He's a private detective, by the way.
But now,
Terrible.
yeah. So she's like, all right, I'm going to Kentucky. I'll see you when I see you. And he's like, the fuck you, what?
He's
Where
like,
are you going?
you going? He's like, you're going to Louisville, and then smash cut to the Louisville airport
Yeah.
Oh man.
with an Eastern jet landing.
Louisville Airport looks like such a
Taxiing.
magical place.
It's pretty nice.
It's all square and bleak.
Yeah.
Just how I like airports.
Yeah, there's a good 5 minutes of airplane.
Yeah, but my issue right now is, all right, it wasn't set in New York originally.
No.
Because
Chicago.
what I'm always hoping for is shitty New York.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they were in Chicago, and now they're like, nah, we're not even going to be in Chicago. We're just going to Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yep.
And even shittier New York.
Yeah. But I'm sure they're there only for one reason,
Hmm.
and that's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so she's in Louisville now,
Mm-hmm.
and she's walking around in a pimp outfit.
What do you mean, like the end of the movie? Like the water
like
thing?
the waterways and all that stuff.
Chicago has a pretty big water place, right? by
Yeah,
it.
but they probably it's a
Yeah,
lot
but-
easier to film in somewhere like
Sure.
Louisville
Remember,
than it
as
would
she
be to
describes it later, it's a magical place, and there's no crime there, and
Oh
everything.
no, there's never
Yeah.
been any crime
no,
in Chicago.
No,
no.
Yeah,
Ever.
we'll get to her description later
Okay.
of Chicago. but yeah, so she rolls up in her pimp outfit. I mean, just this
get nice white.
big white shoulder pad,
Big ass
outfit.
hat.
Yeah, and breaks at the airport. I guess he's like, "Hey, Sheba Baby," and she's like, "You damn right. Let's go."
I was
Yeah.
really not sure who Brick was. I mean, because he was there with the dad.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was like her brother.
First, it seemed
Because-
like the brother.
Well-
Because she just kept calling like something's happened to dad, and you know,
Yeah.
dad isn't like it's our dad, you know. But
It's
no,
everyone's dad.
she just
dad.
keeps calling him dad, and it's
Right.
like, but he's obviously hitting on her like
Yes.
right away. And it's like,
Yeah,
Okay.
not quite clear their relationship at
Yeah.
first. I'm pretty sure we get cleared up on that later.
yes, hope so.
yeah.
It's not, you know,
Otherwise,
Game
it
of
got
Thrones.
real weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he takes her to see the dad, and the dad's just like,
Don't get
Yeah.
involved, you.
"Yeah, stay out of it. I'm on the mend. He wasn't even supposed to tell you what happened."
And she's like, "Nah, I'm gonna deal with it."
Yeah. And so they go to work. Do they just go to work the next day?
Basically, sometime later, they go back to the store,
Mm-hmm.
and that's that's. Oh no, they get a call at home.
That's right. While she's talking to her dad, she gets
Yeah,
a call at home.
and she answers. She's like, "Who's this?" And he's some
Who's
guy
this?
is just hitting on her, and she's like, "Okay,
I'm
here's-
Sheba Shane.
here's my dad." And the guy's like, I told you I'm going to kick your ass and give me your business. And he's like, get off my phone. Click.
yeah.
Stop touching
And
my.
that's when they
Brick
go to
has
work.
said that basically everybody has sold out except
Right.
your dad, who wants to fight the mob single-handedly.
Yes. And she was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But if that's what he wants to do, then that's
Mhm.
what we're going to do.
Yeah. And she goes to the cops and is like, "You need to put a 24-hour guard on my dad." And
Yeah.
they're like, "Yeah, we'll get right back to you on that."
The movie never really does a good job explaining this, but she used to be a Chicago detective.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, no, I think she worked in Louisville.
or Louisville detective.
Yeah.
Like she was a cop there.
Used to be.
Because when she goes in to see the cops,
yeah,
they're
'cause
like, "Oh, you."
He's like, remember all the misadventures we had, and
I mean,
I've
well,
saved
because-
your ass
Yeah,
a
I
whole
had,
bunch
I
of
had
times.
your back all those times.
Yeah,
She
she's
said,
like-
"You had my back exactly one time."
Yeah, I'm counting on one finger.
Yeah.
Every time she.
And
gets
she used the wrong finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't flick him off.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Just pointed at him.
We
Harrison
should point
Ford
out this.
style.
Yeah, this movie's PG.
Pam Grier.
Boo.
This
It's-
movie's rated Pam Grier.
Cool.
It is not rated.
It's 70s PG.
It's
It's
70s
old-
PG.
it's 70s PG.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's stuff in this movie that no way would be in a PG
Yeah.
movie now, but
There isn't enough Pam Grier for this PG movie.
Yeah.
For a movie to be rated Pam Grier, I think
know.
we needed more Pam Grier.
yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
I understand. Really, I do.
Mhm.
But yeah, then they go to work, and he gets a call again from the same guy. And he's like, he's basically like, okay, fine, let's negotiate.
Yeah, let's meet.
And the guy's like, wait, what? You want to negotiate?
Well,
and
yeah,
he's in
but-
bed with
yeah,
like
let's
three
just say
whores.
he's in bed with three ladies.
Yeah.
And he's just very stunned that he's like, "What? Oh, okay. You want to negotiate?"
Okay, well, by the way,
Yeah.
there's a bomb in your car. It's
I
going to
didn't think
go
you'd
off
say yes.
10 seconds after you start the ignition. So
Meanwhile, he's loaned the keys to Sheba.
who's walking out to the car? They're like, Sheba, no. And she's like, what? Crank. And they're like, get out.
They
It's a good thing they said there was the 10-second delay.
Yeah.
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 Because it gives them an excuse
they-
to blow up a car.
Right. They drag her out. The car blows up. And she's like, God damn it.
Oh no, she's like, "Oh God, I almost died."
Yeah.
Mm.
But
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
pissed.
But
I mean,
the
she's.
cops are no help
Yeah.
whatsoever.
No. Cops.
So then I guess she decides to get on the trail of them.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Kind of.
but not too wholeheartedly, really at first.
Well, she decides to go to this meeting, or no, I'm sorry. Does she go see the pawn shop pimp first? Because that's how she gets the information about the midnight meeting, right? At the
Yeah,
train
this is
station?
all. What happens is that's I guess it's just a few days later.
Well, no,
And they're all
there's going to be
working.
there's going to be the meeting at the train yard.
Right, but I think she only finds out about that because of pawn shop pimp, right? Because the meeting that Dad was going to have is now off for whatever reason.
No, I thought that was the meeting they were going to, because she just goes home with Brick and they have the sweet love.
Yeah.
Well,
And
they
then
go
she's
walk
like-
around the fountain for a while
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, and then she's like, "It's 11:30, I gotta go," and he's like, "Well, I'm coming with you." Because
Okay.
that's the meeting they go to. They just go to that because they go to
Right.
the fountain,
Okay.
they chat a bunch, and then there's a glorious shot of the downtown
But I
hotel.
thought I'm pretty sure pawn shop pimp told him about that. In
Yeah,
the car
pawn shop pimp did tell him about that. About
Yeah,
the
he was
midnight
like,
meeting.
"They're going to be at the train," because it was under
she went to
duress.
her friend that worked at the water treatment plant or whatever. And
no,
very-
he's the one who told him.
That's right.
He's the one who
I
told
wish
him
I
about
had
the
taken
meeting.
notes for this movie.
No, because
you're right.
because the problem
The
is
chlorine
all
place.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's
the
right,
reason
that's
we're
right.
all getting messed up is because there's a lot of scenes that are completely unnecessary and don't
Yes.
do anything.
Yes.
And don't advance the plot.
Right.
So it's easy to just go, well, when did that happen?
Right.
I guess it happened there. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, no, you're
But
right.
yeah, she goes
chlorine
and
place.
intimidates
to-
chlorine
yeah.
guy.
And she shoves this man's face into a bucket of powdered chlorine to get information out of him.
Yeah.
Several times.
He's blind and or dead now.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Well, yeah, but she tells him he's going to be the whitest N-word
In Louisville.
Yes.
in Louisville
Yeah.
by the time she's through with him.
Yeah.
Right. Which is immediately because
Yeah, because she
dunks his head
immediately
once.
dunks his face in chlorine.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure everybody would. That's like over Jack Bauer level. I mean, that's like that
Yeah.
would hurt
Oh
a
yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't even, hesitate. She
No.
just went to that.
She was just like, and here we go.
Yeah, that's right. Because the bomb blows up, and she's like, when I was a detective, I know a guy that would do this kind
Right.
of thing. I'm going to go see him.
Yeah.
That's it. She
Yeah.
used her old detective powers, and that's like the only time she used them.
Right. And that's how she knows to go to
Right.
the train yard.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
train museum
Right.
at midnight.
Okay. Now we're good.
Yeah.
We're on.
now we're
board
back on track.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, she
Because
goes there.
yeah, well, they have the sweet love making after walking around a fountain for way too long in this movie, and then yeah, she's like, it's 11:30, we got to go, and he's like, oh, do we? And she's like, yeah, and he's like, oh, I'm going with you. So they both roll up on this, and I guess they get there early because they kind of watch the Pimpin' Company roll up or
Have their meeting.
Pilot.
Yeah. Pilot.
I'm calling him a pimp because he had the 3 ladies in the bed, but he's just a
He's a
He's
mid-
just
he's
a
a
thug.
he's
He's
a
a
high level
mid-level
loan
thug.
shark basically.
yeah. He's the middleman of this
Yeah.
whole operation.
Middleman.
He's leading the local operation to destroy the loan shop.
Right. So yeah, they roll up and there's some kind of payoff going on with this guy with giant butterfly collar. Can't even
yeah, the
Man.
dude
begin
who
to
looks like
describe.
Questlove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Just-
that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a crazy colored shirt on that is like, but then the butterfly collar like comes out to his
Huge.
shoulders.
Collars are really big in this one for the
Yeah.
most part.
Yeah.
Like Pilot's jacket, like his suit jacket, the lapels are as wide as he is, and he's not necessarily a svelte man.
No.
So it's huge. They come out like past his shoulders almost.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and Pilot's
so much
Derville
fabric.
Martin, who's in a lot
He's
of
in a
other black
bazillion of these
exploitation
movies. Although I think this might be the first one that we've done that he's in.
I think so.
Yeah.
But
Because
in, like,
he's a
Hammer,
mainstay,
he's
but
in
holy God. Yeah.
Bucktown, I
Yeah.
think also. He's in a bunch.
Yes.
Dolomite is the big one. Yeah. Yes, we know, Chuck. We know.
I
Get
can't
over
help
it,
it.
man.
It's a reflex. I hear Dolomite.
know.
I just groan.
Anyway, so yes, this kind of happens and then they just kind of bust in with guns and everybody's like,
Well,
scatter.
no, they
Jesus,
drive
it's
in
the cops.
and hit that one guy.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. That's right. They
Because
hit
the
one
guy's
guy
just
in the
like,
knee.
who are you?
Yeah, he's standing there like pointing, and the car rolls up and just kind of bangs him in the knees, like, "Ow!" And Brick just kind of stands over him like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you stay down.
yeah,
Hit your
And-
ass with a car.
yeah. And Sheba takes off running. They're running and shooting and missing everything wildly because
It's a very poor
it's
fight slash gun
I mean,
battle.
it's midnight. It's very dark out.
Yeah.
They're running and shooting, and yeah, so it's just pew, off trains all over the place.
Yeah.
And-
Pilot stumbles into the train whistle or bell at one point. And
Yeah.
It's just like,
Well, like while she was fighting with the Questlove guy with the
Yeah.
giant
Yeah.
collar.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. Like, doesn't he come around the corner and she kicks him in the face for a second?
Yeah.
Too? Yeah.
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 And then they
Kicks
run
Pilot.
off.
Yeah, and then
They're
like
just
car
like-
pulls up and he's like,
Fuck this.
"Yeah, I'm out of here."
Yeah. And I think
And
that's
then,
when they go to the,
yeah, she's about to shoot at the car, and
Oh,
Brick
yeah.
comes running up and is like
no, she
slams it into the ground. And at that point, I'm like, I think Brick might be in on this.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Again, yeah, it did seem like, okay, Brick's going to reveal.
Yeah, because there was no point in him doing that.
No.
Right.
Well, he keeps giving her the speech of,
We gotta
your private detective badge doesn't give you the right to do anything, and we got to play by the law, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And she's like, but I want to kill him.
Should have let him kill him.
But I think
Let
this
her
is
kill him.
what leads to the scene where Pilot is dressing down everyone
yes.
in his crew.
Yes.
And although he's not really directly dressing down any one person,
He's kind of just angry.
he's
about
just
the situation.
ranting, and like
Yeah.
his horrors are just like, yeah, you're mad. And like, God, it's so comical the way they keep cutting back to the Questlove guy who's just like slack-jawed the entire, just
He looks like
Mouth-
he's posing for like an NBA press guide photo.
Yeah,
you know,
but-
because they always have the duh
Yeah.
face going.
yeah,
That's the face he has. He's just there.
and they recorded like 10 seconds of that footage, and they just keep cutting back to him making that face, and sometimes he's nodding.
Well, he's a mix between Questlove and Reggie Watts.
Yes.
Because he's just like, he's got
Yeah, just that
that
stare.
dumbfounded
Yeah.
look.
But then there's the other older guy.
Yeah.
Who everything Pilot says, he goes, "That's right."
Yeah.
That's right.
He's his original hype man. 'Cause he's like,
Right.
That's right.
That's right.
Yes.
And then there's a point where Pilot says something and just kind of looks at him for a second, like, "All right." And he goes, right.
Yeah. He nodded off for a second.
Yeah.
He glazed over.
It's like, oh,
He's like,
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Stand it.
Yes.
"Time is
right.
off."
Right. So right.
Yeah.
it's just it's really the first gold scene of this movie because it's so oddly structured in that he's ranting and raving to no one.
Well, he's all worked up, and everyone else looks stoned off their ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the three ladies are just, we got paid in weed. And like I said, there's, West Watts over there who's just like,
Uh-huh.
I don't think did he say a word the entire scene?
Not in that
No,
scene.
I
No.
don't think so.
And then, and his hype man's just like,
Yep.
But
yes,
yeah, Pilot's
that's
just, he's like, "We need to take care of her. We need to get this stuff done."
And they're just all like, hell yeah, let's go do that.
Yeah, so next day, they're all, once again, working at the loan shark place. And suddenly, these dudes, 4 dudes bust in with machine guns.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Everybody get up against the wall." And, of course, the dad's like, "Fuck you." And he's like running at him. And Pam Greer's like, "This is a bad idea. Why don't you get over there?"
Mm-hmm.
So they get over, and the guys, they're like, "We don't have any money here. Like, we do loans, but we don't just hand out cash. It's not like that." And they're like, "We don't care about that."
Mm-hmm.
So they just immediately start shooting up the place. And
That was their plan, just to shoot
Yeah,
the place up.
For a good long time,
And they
too.
go Dolph Lundgren Punisher
Yeah.
casino room on this place,
Right.
shooting up everything. Like
Yeah.
pictures are exploding off walls. The wallpaper is exploding. It's just
Yes.
everything is getting just shredded. And something happens where the dad tries to run out.
He's
into the
finally
middle
had
the
enough of
room.
Yeah.
this goddamn shit in his loan store.
Yeah.
After 3 minutes of watching everything get shot, he's just like, my turn.
But yeah, well, I mean, let's face it, the horses are already out of the barn at that point.
Yeah.
There's not much you're going to be able to do.
No. But he breaks free and runs out there and is just like, God damn
Yeah,
it. And they're just
promptly
like,
gets
blam.
shotgunned to the gut,
Yeah.
Yep.
to which Pam Grier shrieks.
She pulls out her piece.
And then, and pulls out a gun. And suddenly, guys with machine guns forget how to fire machine guns.
They're like, no, lady.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Please, no.
we were just paid to shoot up the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoots one guy in the face,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
like in the eye.
Well, the guy that shot her dad, she just gets him, like, square in the chest.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Another
down
dude, she
immediately.
gets in the eye. Another guy is, like, jumping out the window as she shoots him.
Yep.
Yeah, and the last guy is
And
just
the
like,
last
please
guy-
don't kill me.
Yeah. And it's this just shot of her looking down the barrel. You know, it's like a shot of the trigger getting squeezed and the cops roll in.
Yeah, now the cops show up and
Yeah.
care about stopping
They're like,
him.
hey, lady, put that gun down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She does, because it's a PG movie.
Yeah, and thank God, like, I was afraid it was going to go into, like, oh, now you're the prime suspect type crap. Like,
Yeah.
because this movie had been fairly dull up to that point, and I was like, they're probably going to do that shit, aren't they? Luckily, they do not. They're just like, all right, well, let's get somebody to the hospital. Get him to the hospital and get this guy to jail.
Yep.
And so it's Pam
Yeah.
Grier at the hospital with the dad.
Please continue your revenge quest. Will you
Yeah,
visit
exactly.
the hospital?
Yeah, we're going to stay out of your way. But,
And-
yeah, she's at the hospital telling
And-
Dad how great Chicago is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's holding his hand. He's in the bed, and like she's like, when you get out of here, we're gonna go to Chicago and see all the lights on the lake. It's gonna be so wonderful and everything. And we're like, oh, I guess he's gonna be okay until the Stargrove comes in and goes like,
A
a good man is dead.
Oh, father's dead.
And that's when a nurse comes in and just starts like playing with his hand a
She's
little
trying
bit.
to take his hand away from
she's
her.
like-
Like, this is the worst nurse in the world.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like he's a dead man. You need to let go of him. he's gone. You need to stop grabbing his hand.
But yes,
Well, she pulls the hand away and then takes a pulse
Yeah.
just to be sure.
Yeah. Well, she heard the song. She can't let her entire medical training just go on the basis of the soundtrack of the movie. She has to, test him.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
he's dead.
dead.
And Pam Grier loses it.
Yeah. And then Pam Grier's it's a long shot they do of her walking out,
Going to the desk and
going
be like,
around to the detective at the desk and saying, "You don't need the guard at the door anymore."
Right.
and he's like,
You
"We're
can
sorry,
tell
it's
y'all got
personal
to
now.
go
We're putting
home."
everybody on it." And she's just like,
Whatever.
Yeah.
"Nope, I'm out."
Don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Just do whatever. Who gives a shit?
And I don't. The next thing that happened is I'm pretty sure she goes to see the pawn shop pimp, but
Yeah.
I don't know where she got that piece of information.
Well, it's weird. She just goes into this burger place that had a fun meal.
Oh,
and-
she just goes to see one of her
Burger shop.
one of her
Yeah.
dudes,
And she's
Yeah.
just
Not
like,
one
if
of her
I need
dudes,
info,
but-
who am I going to talk to? He's like,
Yeah.
well, you're in luck.
Yeah,
See that guy out there?
Yeah.
And this guy is...
Yeah, I was going to say this.
He
guy.
had already done a deal where some dude came up to him and sold him his watch
And
and
some ring.
something else
Yeah.
for like $20.
But this guy's outfit,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's houndstooth. Everything. Giant collar, like zoot suit length jacket.
Yeah.
Big white hat with a green band and a feather.
I was sweaty just looking at
Yeah,
this guy. in
he
that
was
outfit.
sweating his ass off.
He was Sherlock
But he was
Holmes.
sweating for style.
Holmes.
Yeah,
Why hasn't Asylum made that movie yet?
I don't know. We should.
Yeah, put that down on the list.
I will. We're going to bring blaxploitation back, man.
Sherlock Holmes.
And we're going to do it for real. We're not going to, wink at the camera.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah. Walker is his name.
yes, Walker.
Okay. Pimp Walker.
Yeah,
Even though he's just a
pimp ranger.
mobile pawn shop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he dressed like a pimp, but yeah, he's just a pawn shop, like out of his trunk.
Yeah, just hanging out in front of this burger shack.
No, hanging out in front of the car wash.
That's true. He's
That's
in line for the
That's
car
what's
wash.
bizarre is like this whole time all this is happening. Like he's made this barter deal with one guy, and then Pam Grier comes up and she's like, I want to buy something. He's like, yeah, you want to buy something? I'll sell you what you need. You want something? I'll give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Alright.
he's like sweet talking to her, and he's like, come around, do my business. Opens up the trunk. She hands him a fur first, like, and
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
say fur, I mean,
Like legs still
oh
attached.
yeah, old school fur, like
Yeah.
just a skinned animal that like
This was a
let's
fox.
Let's take out the guts, and you have everything else and
Yep.
put it on you.
And she's like, fuck this shit.
I do not want any of this. And he's like, well, what do you want? And she's like, that's when she pulls out the gun. Is like, I want information.
Mm-hmm. He's like, nah, I don't.
And the
Well,
I am maybe
This is
premature, but I'm gonna go like this is almost a mild instant award. Just how
Oh, God.
quick this guy switches from smooth pimp to please don't kill me. Oh God.
yeah.
this is the only quote from the movie that's in IMDb. And she says, "You better talk, big man, before I put my number one foot down your number one mouth." He goes, "Shit, you can't kick no shadow, bitch. Catch me!" And then he runs away.
Runs.
Yep.
Runs,
Like
runs,
runs.
runs,
Yeah.
runs.
But then like
Straight up
His hat
runs
flies
away like
off.
a little
Yeah.
girl.
he runs away like just far enough, and she's like, huh, and climbs into the back seat of his car and shuts the door. And he kind of stops running, turns around, and he's like, "Oh, I guess she left."
Yeah,
Yeah.
all clear here.
Just slinks back
Yeah.
over to his car.
Picks up the hat, dusts it off, puts it on. He's like, "Yeah, I'm cool again now." Gets in
Time
the
to-
car, and
time to get my
apparently,
car
like
washed.
the car in front of him is like now going to the car wash, which is
Yeah.
like, wait, he was in line this
Yeah.
whole time. This is the slowest ass car wash ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he gets in the car, goes into the car wash, and that's when she pops up from the back seat, and he's just like, "Remember me?" And hits him a couple times, and then she's like, "Roll down your window."
Yeah.
He's like, "But it'll ruin the material," and she's like, "I'll ruin the material worse with the gun that I'm about to shoot your head with."
Yeah.
And he's like, "All right." So
and I love that through this whole scene they keep cutting to like shots of the brushes,
Oh, yeah.
spinning like
Ooh,
insert
they're so intimidating.
shots and like the wax sprayer.
But yeah,
Because he remembers, oh shit, I got the hot wax.
No,
treatment.
she has to remind him.
Oh,
Don't
that's
forget you got the hot wax. And he's like, "Oh no!"
He's like, oh, damn.
Why- There's another quote in here that I really liked. He's like, "How can someone so beautiful be so cruel?" Something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
she's just like, "Give me all this information," and oh yeah, by the way, if you don't tell me what I want, we're gonna go with the hot wax. And
Really, really,
Yeah.
really want to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zig, zig.
And I do like that they like I love the way this scene is shot because they keep changing the way they're looking through the windshield. Sometimes they're like in the car and it's clear. Sometimes like all the stuff is on the windshield and you can see them moving.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily the same thing. And then like it'll brush it off and then they're back to her
threatening him.
And then finally, as she gets the information she needs, shoves his face out the window into the brushes.
And you just kind of hear it go.
Yeah. And we're like, oh no, did she kill him?
No,
But then-
because immediate scene is like him on the phone back to Pilot.
He's calling Pilot.
And what's funny is like his hat's gone and now his hair is just kind of all over the place. Like it's
man.
been brushed by a car wash brush.
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh, Pilot, I'm sorry, she's crazy." And what's great is like they show him once just to be like, "Yes, that's who he's talking to on the phone," and then the rest of the scene is only his perspective, which I kind of really loved.
This is when he starts ensign awarding
Yes,
because
exactly.
I mean his expression through this entire thing is just
Well, just the way his speech is like he's like she got me with the gun and like the Pilot was filling in the blanks for him and he's like, don't kill me yeah, and then like when it's all over, you know, Pilot hangs up on him and then it cuts to him and he's like, yeah, we need to deal with this Sheba bitch, and also by the way, deal with him quietly. I don't want to see him wipe him off this earth or something like that.
yeah.
So.
And he's also dressed down his goons.
Oh, that's right. He kicked him down the tiny flight of
kicked him down
stairs.
the little
Right.
stairs.
It's like, you better hope that man doesn't die. I just told you to bust up the shop. Yeah.
That man already died.
Too late. There are a lot of scenes in this movie that seem kind of like they're like one or two scenes out of order.
Yeah, a little
Like
bit.
they-
Well,
Like,
as we said,
they just accidentally spliced one in at the wrong spot.
We wouldn't have known Dad was dead except for the song.
Yeah.
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 And maybe there was a cut of the movie where he didn't die. Maybe it was just like, it's better revenge if he just dies here. And
Yeah.
'cause
Maybe.
the song comes on and it's like, oh, well,
Oh.
obviously he's
A
dead.
good
He's
man
got
is
to be
dead.
dead. The song tells us.
Yes.
So, who knows?
So
Yeah.
next day,
Yeah,
she's
she has Pilot's address more or less now because of.
Yeah.
but she's just parking outside, and suddenly, like their Pam Grier sense went off or something because the car comes barreling at her, pulls out a gun, shoots through the windshield, and dives out of the way. That car squeals to a stop and then drives off, and then she kind of runs across the street trying to get away.
And there's just other dudes out there behind cars, like shooting at her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one guy comes
but-
from around the side of the car
Yeah.
and just immediately shoots that guy. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
but then as she's running up the side of this hill, like the stunt driver must have missed his mark or something because this dude barrels over
Oh,
this hill
man.
from like she's running toward like away from the camera up the hill, and this car, it seems like it comes over that hill fast and only like a couple feet away from her,
Yeah.
heading towards the camera. I mean, it happened. We were like, holy shit!
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
And then it lands.
yeah, it comes down on the corner of the car and it bends the shit out of
Oh
that
yeah.
car.
Yeah.
The car lands, and that's it for the car.
Yeah.
I
It
mean, the
lands on
actors have to
fender
get out.
and just demolishes
Yeah.
it.
They're like, okay.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it skid kind of diagonal and it was supposed to come over straight, like
Yeah.
further down.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I guarantee they missed their mark doing that, and they're lucky they didn't fucking run over Pam Grier or Pam Grier's stunt double.
But I think this looked even more impressive being as squirrely as it was because, I mean, you get like a well choreographed stunt and you're like, okay, whatever. But this car hits
This
awkwardly
looks like shit went wrong.
and, immediately fucks up as soon as it lands. And you're like, wow, that's someone just fucking panicking. It's
Yeah.
just like, oh God. So, yeah.
It looked good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
luckily everyone was okay that we know of.
Yeah, sure. They seemed all right.
Yeah.
And they go over to the fair entrance.
Yeah.
They jump out of the car and start chasing her. And this car was Pilot, Questlove, and like two other guys.
Yeah.
And Pilot.
Yeah, Pilot himself.
Pilot, Questlove, and whoever that
Yeah,
other
I don't-
guy.
was
older
it
dude
the Yes Man?
Yeah.
It was. Okay.
Yeah, they're always
they made
the same
him. They
team.
made him chase.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she runs into the little tiny fair and
They just chase each other around the fair.
around rides and stuff, and it's weird because like it's shot and it doesn't look like they told anybody they were coming to the fair to film.
The thing is in the 70s, like New York movies are really bad about it, but other movies with crowds are too. It's just like if you're filming a movie, they were not able to convince anyone to not look straight at the camera because everyone's just like, "Ooh, a movie."
Yeah, I know. It's
It's awkward.
Well, like in the scene where she's roughing up Walker, there are a couple dudes, a couple of squares in the cafe. They're just like gawking out the window.
It's like, hey.
Wow, what are they up to?
Yeah.
well, it would have made more sense like after she was roughing him up, but they were gawking before.
Right.
Yeah.
They were just like,
Yeah.
a movie. Yeah. But I mean, this becomes almost comical because like they're chasing her around, and at one point she's basically free, like she could get away, but she just runs up behind Questlove and taps him on the shoulder. It's like, hey,
And then runs into the fun house.
Where are your friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, run into the fun house. And he gets on the little, the cement mixer thing. I don't know what you call it.
Right.
The twisty-turny thing. And he's just like,
He immediately falls down. He's like, I can't get up.
I'm a rock in a tumbler.
Because then she runs out the other
.com.
way. And, it comical shenanigans around. Because, like, cops immediately bust him.
Yeah.
He tries to get away, and
Yeah,
the cop's
he's-
like,
yeah,
no.
well, no,
I think that's
the
where
cop's
Pilot
like-
gets kicked in the face.
Well, no, I like that the cop is arresting the Questlove guy, and he's got the gun like to the back of his head. He's like, "Move, and I'll kill you." And then he's like, "Oh," like I'm gonna wiggle free. And it's like, dude,
Yeah.
he had you.
The cop is like, no. You
No.
are under arrest. You will stay right there.
Okay.
Yeah. She
Does this one Yes Man gets shot? Is that what happened? Because didn't he get shot in some?
Yeah, she kicks Yes Man in the face and is like pinning him against a car, going, "All right,
Oh, that's
who's
right.
your boss?"
Yeah.
And Pilot comes around the corner and just
Shoots
fucking shoots that guy.
Yeah.
takes
trying
a shot
to shoot
at
her.
them. Yeah, and
Right.
it's him, and that's the end of him.
Yeah.
And then she's like, come here. Starts chasing him around. She like jumps up on top of something and then jumps down on him, and
She grabs him and pins him against the roller
Roller
coaster, this really shitty roller coaster,
Yeah.
and is like, "Tell me what I want, or you're gonna lose your head in a few seconds." And yeah, eventually, when there's shots of the roller coaster getting closer and closer, and he's like, "All right, I don't know who he is or exactly where he is, but he goes by Shark, and this is the phone number of how you'd reach him." And then she lets him go, and the roller coaster is right by.
yeah.
And that's basically it. She's like, "Thanks, bye."
And she goes back to the shop, and she writes down the number, and she's wandering around really for a little while, like, what do I do? Well, I have this number and this name. Maybe I'll call it.
Yeah.
And then we get this weird 70s chain of how the fuck do you get in contact with anybody in the 70s? Because, like, she calls the number, and it's like, the operator's like, no, you can't do that. You got to
That's a
talk to the
Marine line.
Marine line, and then let me connect you to the Marine operator. And then the Marine operator's like, okay, let me ring the boat. And it's like, holy God. I mean,
God, fuck the 70s.
how the hell did you people do anything?
Let's take all our iPhones and Androids back to the 70s and buy all the fashion
Yeah.
and just live there.
Okay.
In shitty
we
New
could
York.
we could just make the fashion now.
Oh, okay.
No, I want.
Do you want to live in shitty New York with
I
a
want
cell phone?
shitty New York with shitty clothes, but with my Xbox and my cell phone.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I want.
But you have to plug it into that 19-inch
Oh yeah,
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 TV.
Oh yeah.
Well, it can
Get
be
the
like
RF little thing.
oh jeez. With the Jacob's ladder antenna.
they didn't. They weren't supposed to do that.
Yeah, but if you
yours was
plug a
doing
fucking
that-
Xbox
Oh,
into
okay.
it,
Sure, yeah. That's
that
what
thing's gonna go mad.
fucking time machine. It's it's freaking out.
Suddenly, Bill
Spill
and
some,
Ted's. Yeah.
yeah. Well, spill some
All right.
Russian energy drink on it.
Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Let's
anyway,
make all this happen.
Thanks for remembering that. You're a
Always.
good man.
I've seen Comedy Central in the past year. That movie's been on.
Do they really play that all
Yes.
the time?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
so
Hey.
eventually Pam Grier gets to the boat, and she's like, "Hey, where are you at?"
Well, yes, she social engineers her way onto the boat from the phone. She's
Right.
like, "Hey, is this where the party is?" And they're like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "Well, I'm supposed to be at the party, but I don't remember. I'm lost. I don't know where it is." And
Yeah.
apparently gets the number, and then walks up and is like, "Hey, I'm late for the party."
Yeah.
And she got all done up.
Yep.
Yeah, she
And they like shuttle her right over. I don't know what she was supposed to be at the party.
uh,
Like I know,
side boob.
I
girl.
understand that. I mean,
Hot
yeah,
chick.
sure, but it's just like, hi, I'm late. I got lost.
Chuck, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret here. Pretty ladies get into places. Like, have you ever seen those ropes? They're made of velvet sometimes, and like there's a bunch of people standing in a line. The pretty ladies, they walk up to the front and they go hi, and they're like, "Come on in."
No, I understand, but what I'm
Okay.
saying is, she calls and is just like, I'm lost. Tell me where party is, and they're like, okay. And then like the whole time she's on the boat, it's never specified as to why it was important to give her the directions to get there.
I don't think it was her specifically. They were just like, "You sound like a pretty lady on the phone. We'll give you directions." And then she shows up, and, "Oh, you are a pretty lady.
Oh,
Get
all
on
right,
the boat."
get on the
Hey.
boat, yeah. Because she
On
gets
the
on the
boat.
boat and meets Shark. Because it's just a big white party going on where people are enjoying Triscuits and dip and
Ooh, Triscuits.
just, you know,
Some mixers.
Have-
And they
yeah.
had some Tom Collins.
Yes, they
perhaps.
were.
A highball or two.
It's a shark.
delicious drink. But man, Shark shows up, and I swear, if this had been a cartoon, every time he smiled, one of his teeth would do that little shiny ding thing because he does it a lot. But she's immediately brought to him.
I don't recognize anything else this guy was in, but he's so great.
He's really smarmy.
This guy is the actual smarmy jerkface.
Yeah, he pretty much is. I mean, he's almost like the model for Trollface. He's that just grinny, like, you know, like
he's always leering.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so good.
But like they get like nose to nose having this conversation of just, so welcome to my party.
You move pretty fast. I guess that's why they call you the shark. They're like, he's like, maybe.
Yeah. And then like another girl pops up, and he's like, well, we'll all get to know each other later.
And by that I mean menage a trois.
Hello. And then it's just more Triscuits and dip, and then Pam Grier's walking around the boat with a cigarette and walks up to a girl.
I'm really not sure what this plan was. I mean, she obviously did this on purpose, but
I don't know either.
Cause a commotion, and something will happen.
Yeah, she dumps ash on the girl's shoulder, and the girl's like, what the fuck are you doing?
No. Girl is like, bitch, and turns around and fight.
Yeah.
Like, there's been, like, I've seen things get out of hand at a club quickly, but...
This was really quickly.
This was like, ash.
Yeah.
Fight.
And like, all the white people are just like, oh, a fight, terrific. Let's all make some space and watch this fight. This is the best party ever. Thanks,
We're
Shark.
surrounded by dirt or water. Let's get some dirt and make mud. Put them in it. Yes, they're actually moving people in the party away from it in order not to mess up the girl fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and people are cheering.
Yeah. And this is when Pilot shows up.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's like, boss,
I'm so sorry. I tried to warn you, but she's coming. And he's like, what are you talking about? This girl, she's crazy. And that's her.
And she's like, what?
What? Yeah. Pam Grier's like, what? Me? And then she's just like, she reaches over to the table, picks up the comedy whipped cream pie, goes, here, white girl, whipped cream pie, and then goes, ha-ha, and jumps off the boat. I mean, it's...
Great plan.
It's like the Archer escape. Like,
all of these things happen.
Whoop-a-boom. It's off the boat. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
Good job, Pam.
I don't know. She was like, here I am, suckers. See ya.
I guess she now has a face to go with the shark guy. I guess that's what happened there.
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, this... All it really... It's just when she jumps off the boat. I think my favorite part is it's the same thing as Plato's Run, where it's like hits the water and it's like,
Gone.
I guess she's gone.
If only we had a vessel that could travel on this surface and chase her.
I wish I could hold my breath that long.
It's just
because they look for like 20 seconds, and when she doesn't come up, they're like, nope, I guess she's dead.
Back to the party.
Yeah, party time.
Oh, Pie Face Girl is okay. But like, Pam Grier just swims to shore, and it comes back with a wetsuit and her Uzi. Because at one point, like, she opened up her suitcase. She has a Slaughter-esque suitcase of weapons. Yes. Not as many weapons.
There are 3, and they're, for the most part, terrible.
Yeah. Yep. But anyway, so she has the one main weapon that she has to always have for the rest of the movie.
Right.
And then
which is just stupid looking. It's like... It's totally movie gun.
Yeah.
It's
like whatever.
Why is the end of the barrel longer? Wider?
Yeah, it's like an Uzi elephant gun. It's like what?
It's got a cone on the end.
It's an Uzi Plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It's supposed to look cool. It doesn't really.
And she gets on the boat and is just stalking around for a while. And the music is trying really hard to make this seem like really cool. It's not. It's just her walking around the boat, but at least the music is there.
It's walking around the boat until she walks into this bedroom cabin thing, and then Guy is just like, haha, I'm right in front of you and got the drop on you.
Yeah.
And now here comes Smarmy Jerkface to monologue everything to you and possibly threaten rape or / you will want him because look at that smile.
Right.
Because they go back and forth about like, oh, you're evil, but don't you want me? I'll unzip my wetsuit.
Zip.
Until she finally lays back on the bed and is like, here, come and get me. And he starts to kind of come forward, and she's like, kick to the groin.
Mm-hmm.
And he, to his
what
credit,
did she say? She had a snappy line for that.
she's like something like, you didn't see this coming.
She keeps talking about
like
his
that.
masculinity.
Yes.
Yeah.
How's
that feel on your masculinity?
masculinity?
Something. But man, he sells.
How does your dick feel?
Because he's like quiet for a minute. He's just like,
yeah, he just sort of slinks over into the corner, just like.
Makes you wonder if he actually did get kicked.
Might have.
Should have
done that.
Because this is when it gets funny. Because the other guy pops back into the scene, And for the rest of the scene, he's like, I don't really know if I'm supposed to be in the rest of the scene or not, because he's like right on the edge of the frame, just standing there, and no one ever really acknowledges that he's there, because then, you know, Shark gets up and kind of falls on her to intimidate her some more. And Guy's still just sort of standing back here like, should I leave for this? Are you gonna do
going family
things?
style?
Yeah, what are we doing here, boss?
Yeah.
So,
Your plan is ill-defined, sir.
yeah. But then, like, Shark just gets up and he's like, hey, take her to the other room.
Well, he says something like, you're going to become shark bait, which I was like, that sounds like rape in a PG movie. And he's like, take her away.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Right.
rape you
But
later?
man, as soon as he says that line, he's just grinning like
Good
an
night,
idiot
sleep
again.
tight, Sheba. I'll most likely rape you in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
So it cuts to the next morning.
Yeah.
And they've got Pilot on the shore, and they're tying up his hands. And he's like, man, guys, I've been good. I've been a good employee. I'm doing everything you want. And he's like, well, yeah, but, you know.
But you did this.
Yeah.
So we
you
can't have
messed
that.
up, and my insurance just can't cover you anymore.
Yeah.
And so he's like, yeah, it's going to suck to be you in a few minutes. And he's grinning the whole time, just being so smarmy. And then they hop in the boat, go back to the main boat.
He's like, wait till I get back to the boat.
Yeah. And then he brings Pam Grier out.
Yeah, and he's like, watch this.
Yeah.
And they've got his hands tied with rope, and they tie that rope to a boat, and they just
Yep, speedboat.
guy takes off, and they drag D'Urville Martin.
Yeah.
Yep.
If only he could have planted his feet.
Yeah. If he just
Learn
could've
to
stood
water
up,
ski,
just
just like that.
right then, he would have been like, holy
Your
shit.
life depends on learning to water ski right now.
Yeah.
It's like
Pilot.
the really extreme version of your dad throwing you in the deep end.
Right, exactly.
Swim, you little bastard.
And the whole time this is happening, is smarmy bad guy Shark is on the boat telling her basically his plan, where he's like, well,
Yeah.
you know, I own the insurance company, and so they're going to take over your dad's business anyway, so I get it no matter what you do.
Yeah.
So you lose.
And she's like, how do you sleep at night? And he's like, pretty well. I
Yeah.
got a lot of money, and look
Yeah.
at me. Ding.
I'm rich and I have perfect teeth.
Yeah. Look out! Check out my boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So eventually,
Yeah, they start tying her
Pilot's
hands.
dead.
Yeah,
Well,
They're
see,
tying her up.
When she was trapped in the other room that they put her in, she was not tied up to anything.
No.
They just threw her in this equipment room.
in the engine room.
Yeah, and she looks over and she's like, "Oh, a knife. Well, let me break off the blade and put this in my wetsuit."
To save it for later, you know.
Yeah, because then they're like, "Okay, now it's time to drag Pam Grier across the lake," and they tie her up, and
Yeah, and she does the and
Yeah.
jumps off the side of the boat.
and they're like,
No,
"Go
they're
ahead,
like,
start, go."
Yeah, that made it easier.
Yeah.
She's already in the
mess
water.
up the railing on the way out.
And she, like almost in one motion, she cuts the rope, and they're
Movie.
like, "Oh, damn it! What? This was gonna be so good."
Yeah.
Shoot her, I guess. I don't know. And let's all just get in boats
Well,
and go.
doesn't she go back inside the boat?
She does.
Yes.
She has to go get her gun because she
Yeah.
has to
Yeah.
have that
But like
gun.
she
Get
gets
that
the gun
weird
and is like
gun.
creeping
And
through
when
the
she
cabin.
has the drop on him,
Yeah.
he's gonna be like, "Oh, there you are."
Yeah,
Yeah.
punch.
Grabs the gun and
Right.
punches her.
Yeah.
It's like,
God
What?
damn it!
But then you hear the cops coming and they're just like, oh,
Dude, bail.
Whatever, forget her. Let's go.
yeah, it's
Get on
just
speedboats.
the whole sequence of stuff that happens with her reminds me so much of Friday Foster, where it's like she doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, like the only reason she gets by is because the guys are just like, "Oh, whatever."
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
you're
you're not a
lady.
problem anymore, so whatever.
Right. Just sit there. Think
Yeah.
about what you've done.
I mean, it's like they give her tough lady things to say where it's like, oh, yeah, you go, girl. Like,
Right.
you know, this is early, like, pioneering, like, yeah, women can kick ass. But
Right.
then it's like, you have to back it up.
Yeah.
You can't just have the men be like, oh, you're a lady. We don't have to tie you up when you're in the engine room with all these tools and
Right.
things around that you might possibly use to escape later.
Right. Your strength can't be that other people are underestimating.
Right,
you.
exactly.
Your strength has to be your strength.
Right.
You have to kick
You
some
can go
ass.
get the crazy, Uzi Blus, but you have to use it. You know,
Yeah.
you can't just,
Well,
like,
yeah.
You
go,
can't just go,
ha
"Ha-ha,"
and then get punched in the
Well,
face.
like you think about Coffee, where she's freaking shotgunning a dude in like the first 45 seconds of the fucking movie. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, yes, this is how you do it. You actually have her follow through on something.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they're like, cheese it, it's the cops, and they get in the boats and
Holy
start-
God! There's just a corral of fucking boats around this larger boat
Yeah,
because everyone
one guy
gets in a
takes
boat.
off, smarmy bad guy takes off.
Yep.
There's a jet ski that she takes to take off.
Because the cops like start circling the boat, and there's
Oh, and the cops have a bunch of boats too, and there's
Yeah.
a Coast Guard and the Marine
They keep
Corps
doing the
and-
shot of the one cop boat that has a flag, and it's like the camera is planted right behind the flag.
Right.
So
Hell
the
yeah,
flag
America.
is going right in your face as the boat's driving along. That's
Yeah.
an odd shot, people. I mean, I guess, yay, America, but it's
right.
America in 3D.
Well, like, okay, so Smarmy Sharkface he's the first one to go. He's the furthest out, and like
Sharky jerk face.
Turtleneck Guy is the next one taken off in a boat, and she manages to shoot her wonder gun and kill him.
Yep.
And so that's when she jumps on the jet ski.
It's an upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speed upgrade.
And goes to get that boat.
And meanwhile, the cops and the other dudes are just like gunning each other to death.
Yeah. Just cops are going down and bad guys are going down.
There's a pretty good shot of a guy getting shot in the knee.
Which, by the way, they have like a 50 cal mounted thing on the boat, like
Yes.
a gun on
Yeah.
the boat now. It's like,
And
what was
I
that?
didn't know they were assembling it as the cops were coming up. I didn't realize that's what they were doing.
Okay.
Okay.
But they were like
There was a
walking
dude
around
out
on the
there, yeah.
on the foredeck or whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You-
kind of crazy.
But either way.
You can't park that in the marina and have people be like, hey, you have a 50 caliber?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that's the dude that gets shot like in the knee, and they do a good blood squib on
Yeah.
his knee, and he does a good stunt fall.
He's like,
selling that shot.
knee.
Yeah, and then another cop gets like shot off another boat, and
Yeah.
they dump him off that thing at high speed.
Right.
Mhm.
But
But yeah, they end up,
Yeah.
they beat the other bad guys that were left behind. And
Yeah.
it's like, hooray. And I guess they're like, you go get him, Sheba.
Right. Yeah, because there's no backup. They don't
No.
like, let's go help her. They're just like, well,
Yeah. So
All right.
it's like 3 minutes of awkward, like him hitting, Wake, and then bang,
Yeah.
and of course missing, and then her bang and missing until
Yeah.
finally it's like we're both out of bullets because I thought she was just going to throw her stupid Uzi Blus overboard.
oh no,
but
that's a very
set-
important gun.
Set it
No.
down,
She
and then
carefully
she
sets
looks
that
over
gun
it, and I'm like,
prop
at
department would kill her.
At first, I thought it was just a fishing pole because that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
But it's a spear gun.
Yep.
But it's
With
like
a reel on it.
Yeah, with a reel. I mean, I guess it's a fishing spear
Well, if you're
gun.
going to shoot,
yeah.
sharks and you need to reel them in, that's
Yeah,
sure.
in this lake in Louisville.
Yeah.
Speaking of shooting sharks,
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what she does. Yeah, she
Yeah.
spear guns them, and
He does a good, oh, I've
Well,
been speared.
yeah, yeah, you hit me,
And then-
baby, one more
and then-
time.
not only does he get speared,
No.
Yeah.
He,
but they show a couple dudes smoking pot on some
Did you catch
boat
that
or
one?
something.
yeah.
And the dudes are just like, huh, what is that? Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they scramble to get away, and yes, his boat hits their little house, which was apparently a meth lab.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because
Yep.
that thing goes up.
Yeah. It was just made of methane.
Well, they've been smoking pot like all day, just
Yeah.
farting inside that boat.
Cheeto
farts.
yes.
As soon as that boat gets near, it just
Yeah, it almost blows up before the boat even touches it.
yeah.
So,
But yeah, she just kind of is like, "All right, job
Yeah.
well done. I'll ride back now."
yeah, she goes back to the yacht, and the cops are
But-
just,
but-
the cops are sort of like, we're sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And she's like, well, don't let it happen again, and you can have your city back, and
I'm going.
I'm
home.
leaving.
Yeah, and then there's like this awkward epilogue of you run the business. We can never be. I'm going back to Chicago, and he's like, but boobies, and he's like, she's like, no,
No.
we're ending it right here, and
Yeah.
then walking away music basically turns into the same footage from the beginning and
Mhm.
her theme song again over the credits.
Yep. Or no, not her theme song over the credits. She did it. It's her.
Yeah,
it's
she
the end
did it.
theme.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I'm sorry.
It's wrapping it up. She's bad.
Yes,
and
but she gets
did
in.
it.
She gets in the big
White guy.
orange taxi. And,
Yeah. Goes to the airport.
Yep.
And then she's back walking around in Chicago. Credits.
For some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's
Sheba
it.
Baby.
that's the movie.
Sheba Baby.
This is apparently her final blaxploitation film.
That's what IMDb says.
Yeah.
So let's rate it.
And-
Obviously, Stargrove.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
yes, it's full of it.
Because
Yeah,
there's
not,
at least
not
three.
only is the theme song awesome and the end song and the Dad is Dead song,
Right. Do we
but
also,
like the incidental music's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
badass
pretty
too.
good.
so do we give it both special awards? Where does Pawn Shop Pimp rate on the Instant Award? for
He's a
everybody?
good ensign
He's a good
Yeah.
ensign.
because he is freaking out when
Yeah.
she's like, "I'm gonna put your face in them brushes."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
All right, double
Yeah.
special award. So
Yep.
how can it do on regular ratings?
Ooh, yeah.
I'll go.
Go ahead.
I want to give this a 3 jocks because I actually kind of strangely like this movie. I know it's slow, but I think I prepared myself for that, but I'm not going to because I know we're not supposed to compare it to other movies, but when I think about like would I rather watch this or Gun again, and I want to watch Gun a bunch of times before. So
You mean Black Gun?
Black gun.
Black Gun, yes,
Not 50 Cent?
no, yes, Black Gun. Sorry,
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just thinking like I was
Gun
trying. I was
killing
trying not to say
everyone.
Slaughter,
Yeah.
so I got to Gun, and I forgot the
did
rest of the
pretty
title there.
Okay.
Anyway, but yes, I would rather watch Blackguard like 10 times more than this.
Yep.
But I found a certain charm in the slow pacedness of this movie. But I think I can only give it 2 jocks. I think the plot is decent enough. It's a little bit of minor leaps of logic of, well, why did you get to there? But it all kind of progresses along to, here's your, guy presented in the beginning as your big bad, and it's like, it does the halfway point in the movie where it's like, nope, he really wasn't. There's this other guy, and I like that formula of movie, if you will.
Yeah.
Yes, and there's a lot of transportation shots in the movie, but
Yeah.
2 jocks.
Yeah.
I think it's only a 1 for me, because I think I like Pam Grier better in this than like Friday Foster. But Friday Foster had Yaphet and all that
straight.
other fun stuff going on in it.
Yeah.
Like she was
And
the
2 elevator.
Yeah, but she was the weakest part of that movie.
Yes.
Whereas here she's
The strongest.
probably the strongest. I mean,
She's the
I
strongest.
love smarmy bad guy
Yeah,
too.
she's the strongest
He's great,
until
but
like,
he doesn't show up until the last 20 minutes or
Right.
so.
yeah, she's strong until it's like I forgot how to do everything I'm supposed to know.
Yeah,
how to do.
that's the problem
Yeah.
too. Is she's good at selling everything that she needs to sell. However, the plot lets her down in everything where the actions she's doing should be making her better, and they actually make her worse.
Right.
They disempower her, so to speak.
Yeah.
So that just frustrated me. And of course, the first half of this movie has about 45 minutes of establishing shots, and that is like my kryptonite. It drives me insane when that stuff happens. But there's still enough goofy fun near the end of it that I can give it a jocks, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't find most of this interesting, really. Like, it lacked all the things that I like in my bad movies and my blaxploitation movies, for the most part, except for Pam Grier. I mean, like, Walker, the Houndstooth, Bear Bryant tribute pimp was, he was great, and it had a Stargrove, but it's just not much else to really, to hang its hat on. So I can really only give this 1. I'm sorry, Pam. I love you.
1 jocks?
Yeah, 1 jocks.
1 jocks.
Yeah. I'm not going to give Pam Grier a bag.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with all that. One jocks for me also. Again, trying not to compare it to other movies that we've watched, but like with Friday Foster, you do have that entire supporting cast of when Pam Grier's not doing something, you've got Yaphet Kotto being amazing, and you've even got Carl Weathers doing stuff, and you've got all these other things going on. Even like just the action stuff, aside from that one car stunt that either worked as designed or went horribly wrong, like the first time there's really an action sequence in that train museum, it's like all the punches and the shooting, everything just feels like no one had a clue how to shoot that stuff.
Yeah. The fight scenes are really garbage in this.
Yeah, I mean, fight scenes in the 70s a lot of times were garbage, but I mean,
they're
think back to
bad.
Black Gun. That he fucking picked a dude up and threw him into a wall and broke a coffee table over him. I mean, that's still badass. This is just sort of like make a movement like you're going towards him, and we'll just sort of shutter the camera, and then he'll fall down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I love. Don't get me wrong, I love Pam Grier, and the music in this is great, and Pawn Shop guy is good, and that one dressing down scene with Pilot is really strong, but it's a lot of it is sort of a slog. It
just comes off as more frustrating than anything.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of getting to the point where like we've seen really, really great blaxploitation movies, and it's like the rest of these are just kind of movies with black actors in them.
Yeah.
They're really not doing what you think 40 years later the genre is all about. Because it's just gotten a reputation because they've all been edited down into a 5-minute splice trailer of every cool thing that ever happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's fine. It is entertaining, but I can't see myself going back to it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say to someone, "Hey, Sheba Baby's on Netflix."
Yeah, it's just
Well,
more.
it is.
It's more dull than anything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bother bringing it to anybody's attention.
I would.
Yeah, because I
mean,
think
just-
Coffee's on Netflix right now.
Well,
so
Friday Foster definitely is. So I would say watch Friday
Oh,
Foster.
well, yes. I mean,
I think you have to get a ways down the down the pedigree before you.
It's strange. I mean, I know this is bizarre to say, but I've brought it up before, and forgive me if I bring it up again. I'm not a fan of Pam Grier later stuff. Like when she tried to go super serious. Like I think she's not the caliber of actor that was needed for something like Jackie Brown, in my mind. Mm-hmm. But I'm getting like a new appreciation for her in these kind of roles. Like I mean, I think this almost trashy kind of movie is perfect for her. Like it's weird because like when they try to make her serious, she comes off as cheesy. But when she's being serious in a cheesy movie, she actually seems stronger. If that makes any sense.
No, it does.
Yeah.
And I'm finding a new appreciation that because like I mean when we first started this, I was like, man, I just think of things like Pam Grier showing up in Escape from L.A. and Jackie Brown and all of the later things where it's like, look, we rolled out Pam Grier and you've heard of her, right? And she's going to be serious and wacky in this movie. And it's like,
yeah,
she's almost she at this like Stan Lee level of like, oh god damn it, like showing up like when she'd show up in a movie sometimes.
I don't know about that.
I've just been like
Grier.
in some movies it was like stunt casting where she'd show up for a 5-minute scene.
Sure.
Of like Pam Grier, you recognize her, right? And
yeah,
she delivers some goofy lines and then be gone from the movie.
Well,
forever.
she became the and person of casting.
Exactly.
It was like and Pam Grier, so like you're going to get a good 7 minutes of okay, here's Pam Grier for the older people in the audience.
Yeah, that's what I mean, and I'm getting. It's strange because I'm getting a new appreciation where.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
Okay. So anyway, that was a weird rambly bit. Let's go to the second half, shall we?
All right, let's go to that.
All right, let's go to the thing.
Let's take a break first.
Let's go. Yeah, that's how we go to the second half.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Take it to the second half.
Take it to the break.
Break.
Remix.
Oh, a remix.
Oh, a remix for
Remix.
DJ BMFcast.
As I prepare emails, does anybody have movies to talk about before you go outside? You do? You do?
I'm going to talk about.
I know yours is going to be short.
Mine this, and then I'm going to talk about Small Soldiers.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm going to
So
tell you that you're wrong about Small Soldiers.
Is that the only one you're going to talk about?
No.
Okay. So you got another?
A couple others.
Okay. BJ, you got anything? No. Okay. Cool.
All mine are quick.
Go forth and smoke. All right. So I get to sort through all the emails we have once again.
All the emails.
It's a box for a box.
Oh my goodness.
Throw this away proper now.
Put your box in a box.
It's the Elder Scrolls Anthology.
Goodbye, box.
Put a box in a box?
Is that guy showing? I wonder how he's showing up.
What guy?
Yeah. Steve was asking us is if it would have made a difference being an R-rated movie, but honestly, the only difference would have been we probably would have seen Pam Grier nudity in that one scene, and that would be it. But
the violence probably would have been escalated a little bit, although it was kind of bloody.
Yeah, I mean, like the dude getting shot in the leg. His knee fucking blows out everywhere, and blood spraying on the deck of the boat. So
I certainly think the language would have been saltier. I mean, at one point she said you've been sitting here on your fat fanny the entire time. I'm like,
yeah,
really? Someone wrote fanny in a line
but
for Pam Grier to
that's
say?
what's weird is like there's plenty of N bombs in it. And, there's enough swearing. It's not nonstop like Truck Turner was or anything. But I mean it's a hard PG-13. I mean, like in that scene where Pilot was with the three girls, the one girl on the left was wearing a bra, but might as well have not been because like there was pretty much a point where it was like. But that's the thing. I just don't think that it would have made much of a difference at all.
No,
and it wouldn't have saved what this movie's problems were.
No. The direction was the problem.
Yeah,
which is sad because I like
because that guy made Grizzly.
Yeah, and Grizzly was pretty good. It's a well-directed movie for a Jaws ripoff. Grizzly.
So, you gonna talk about Small Soldiers and something else?
Well, he's just gonna rant about how Small Soldiers sucks, and I'm gonna tell him he's wrong.
So he watched it.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't realize he did too.
Yeah.
Just to.
That's why I went and watched it because he texted me. He was like, "This movie still sucks," and I was like, "Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna go watch it."
I'm gonna prove to you that it kind of does still. I don't know. All right, so I got that one. I need to make myself notes or something.
email notes.
Yeah, or just notes that say, okay, read this one, then this one, then this one, because we have so many that I keep them flagged, because if I unflag them, they're gone forever, and we're never getting them back.
Okay.
So I have to make notes of which ones.
How are you going to pick the winner?
I'm going to make a number. I'm going to do random number generator, and each person gets a number.
Cool.
Based on the order that they commented. So I will do that. I'll do that at the end.
Okay.
So if you're in the chat and you want a copy of Plato's Run, go comment on the Facebook post for Plato's Run, and I will add you into it.
Yeah.
But if you're already in there, you're only getting one entry, so don't put like 6 comments in a row and think that you're going to get 7 entries. Cause
Yeah, we might actually disqualify you for that.
We would disqualify you.
Yeah, we would, so don't do that.
There's no might.
Mm-mm.
I'd be like, no. That's
So
a
yeah.
dick move.
Facebook.com/BMFcast. Find the post with a bunch of people saying, I want Plato's Run on DVD.
Yeah. It's even better if you post a meaningful comment, but
Yeah.
you know. Why would you do that?
Nah, that's crazy.
No.
You just want free shit.
Yep.
And it is shit because it's Plato's Run on DVD.
Full frame Plato's Run. I
Yeah.
wonder if it's open matte
I don't know.
or if it's
Could be. It could be a bonus for someone. You get more picture in your full frame image.
yeah.
Well, I mean, that disc is versatile, so.
Digital versatile disc. How about that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The damnedest thing, I tell you.
Yeah.
I hear people talking shit in there.
Plug in your shit.
Plug your shit in.
.org.
Yes, apparently I did not plug my feces in.
Your what?
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 It's like, why didn't you plug your shit in?
Oh.
Yeah.
Plug in your feces.
My electric feces.
I saw them live once.
Pretty good.
Any good?
Almost as good as my favorite cover band, Crystal Shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they do an outdoor show. Somebody will get that.
The right people will get it.
The right people will get that.
All right, so do you have other movies besides the one that we're going to fight about?
Are we gonna? Well, we might fight about both because I have a differing opinion on.
Oh, I didn't know. I'm all right on that one.
No, it's just the 2.
Okay. I got a couple more after that.
Oh God.
They'll be fast.
Jesus.
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 All right, do a second half.
All right, cool. I'm game.
Give me a second.
Okay. I mean, you got time. We're going to blather about movies. You can just not pay attention to us, which...
No, I need to blow my nose.
Okay.
I'm sick. It sucks.
You getting sick?
Yeah.
Oh.
Super duper.
I got the sniffles.
Well, maybe he's gonna get the Men's Warehouse voice. The best.
You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
I love that voice. It's the best part about being sick. Just wake up and be like, yeah.
And I'm Mackie.
Well,
I'm Josh Mackie.
You said the word.
hi, ladies.
I'm gonna get upset at you.
Oh yeah.
No one could ever figure that out.
Yeah.
Bam!
Threw my snot in your toilet.
What?
Ew.
Gross.
Right.
Oh,
Snot. Just flat.
that's not where it belongs.
Flat out right in
Oh.
that toilet. Just flung it.
Ugh. Ugh.
That voicemail from Melvin, I think I'm just going to read the email because it's
Was it Melvin Flint?
Melvin.
shorter.
Is it the same thing, but
617 number.
voice form?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had some. Did you read those Facebook messages we got?
Maybe.
They sent an email in.
Yes.
Because there was some stuff where he's like, "Don't read this on the air."
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
That shit was crazy.
it was a little crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
I hate
that
doing this
one.
to the
Yeah.
people on the live
That
stream.
one.
They're like, "What? Tell
Yeah.
us what?"
No,
But
okay.
no, we
we're
sworn to secrecy on that. But there
that
was
shit
some
was cray.
there was some crazy shit that I want to hear more stories from that guy. So
It was some
hopefully
behind the
he's-
scenes shit on some shit. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Total shit. But Please, more stuff like that.
That reminds me, that I need to remind you to give away the thing.
I know.
Okay.
He's on it.
You said to remind you.
I know, but we're doing it.
I gotta look at that message again
because we have to give away another thing that's over there.
What?
We do.
Well, that conversation just reminded me. The thing in question needs to go away. Somebody actually requested.
Oh,
The box of porn?
yes, the big box of porn.
what?
What thing?
Do we still have that?
Yeah.
I thought you got rid of it.
No, I meant to, and I never mailed it.
What?
I'm a dick. I'm sorry.
Jesus. All right. Let's do a second half.
All right, yeah. And I'll finish these up while you guys are talking.
Yep.
And then I got one after...
You said this is the 540 area code one I'm supposed to be playing, ready to play?
Where's that?
From 6 days ago?
540. I don't even see that
Area code? Am I looking at the right thing? Yes. No, not that one. No. We played that one already. What voicemail are you talking about?
No, the 617. I think I'm just gonna unflag those.
Okay.
Because I'm just gonna read his email.
Okay,
So
because there's two by them.
I know.
All right.
But there.
What you're saying?
It was one of those
no
cases
voicemails.
where, honestly, you'd probably have to edit it together,
Okay.
and I don't want to have to
Right.
make you deal with
So
that.
no voicemail.
Oh, we got a last-minute entry.
What?
I knew somebody would.
Yep.
Because
We
I
told
put
them
it on
in
the stream. I said, if you want an entry, you better comment right now.
Better get the
Get up in there.
Facebooks.
Yeah.
So I don't have to pull up voicemail is what you're saying.
Yeah, you don't.
Okay, cool. Goodbye, Chrome.
Bye, voicemail.
Bye, voicemails.
Goodbye, horses.
Suck it.
You fuck me.
Fuck off, voicemails.
All right, let's do a podcast.
All right. This is a great big fat podcast. All right.
There are...
Push the podcast on the air.
Right, let's see.
again.
Okay. Yeah, I've 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 of them, so I think we'll be good there.
Okay.
Some other stuff I'd like to go with, but it'll have to wait.
All right, welcome back.
Hey!
BMFcast.
Second half.
It's a podcast.
What do you say this time, and this time only, we do a second half?
We
Just
got a lot
once.
to talk about.
Man.
I'm sorry.
This is the only time we're doing a second half of
Okay.
episode 212.
So much stuff to talk about.
Are you recording?
What? I never stopped. You have to ask me that like a lot earlier, or we're fucked.
No, I just didn't want to have to do the second half again.
Okay.
That's the worst.
It's because it's the only time.
Right.
We just declared it the only time we're doing a second half.
Yeah, this is magic.
So stick around. We'll have the giveaway of a copy of Plato's Run at the end of the episode. So
Ooh.
yeah,
it could be
Wow.
you.
you don't want to miss
Wow.
that.
That could be
Live.
the happiest day of your life. The day you get a copy of Plato's Run.
That's like guaranteeing at the end of the episode there's going to be credits. That's
Yep.
how exciting that is.
Yep.
No, it's thrilling, man.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
preparing things
Random
now.
number generator.
Whoa.
See,
Yep.
BJ's on it.
Well, it's
Mhm.
working
It's
on
going to
it.
be a team effort here.
Nuts.
So anyway,
Yeah.
I heard you guys watched a movie that you had discussed for a little while.
Oh, that we're going to start
A week or two ago.
All right.
Yeah,
do
let's
it.
just get right into that.
Bring it.
yeah.
Bring it. I want to hear about this.
Okay, so I have not watched Black Dynamite yet.
Right.
I'm going to work on that for this next episode.
Me
But
too.
the other
On Crackle.
piece of this puzzle was I said I was going to try Small Soldiers again.
Yeah.
So I did because it's on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I made it an hour in, and I quit. And I said, "Life's too short." I had the opposite effect of YOLO. I was like, I am dying right now, and this is not how I want to be spending these precious few years I have left on this earth watching this movie. The first maybe 30 minutes of that movie is a Joe Dante movie. It's like small town America. It feels good. It's like interesting ancillary characters. Dick Miller's there, and it's like, yeah, this is a Joe Dante movie. I'm on board with this, and all the wackiness happens, and I like it. And then the goddamn toys come alive, and they're not terrible at first. I'm like, okay, I can get behind the little monster guys, and the soldiers are a little annoying, but not terrible. And then there's like one scene where it's like Star Wars prequel CG throw up on the screen, and it's just like every single one of them is doing something different, and they're all talking at once, and just no, I do not like that movie. That is the exact moment I realized that when I was in the theater seeing it that I was like, I'm no.
Mm.
This was after like the Tommy Lee Jones mishmash speech of every war movie quotes. All it wasn't like he was like doling them out. It was like, let's cross this one to this one, and then take pieces of this and throw it all together, and it's just dumb. And the other thing that annoys me about it is like every bit of dialogue. I understand that they were supposed to sound like they were coming from a computer chip on a toy, but every bit of dialogue has that food fight sounding guy in booth just talking, like reading words with no emotion. Just these are the words I'm supposed to be saying now, and it sounds distant and poorly mixed and weird. So like every time toys were involved at a certain point, I was just like, fuck this movie, just stop, go away now. Gremlins were cool because they didn't say anything. Just,
Yeah, that's right. You nailed it.
Yeah.
It's like there was a gremlin here.
Gremlins are just well executed effects, as we've talked about plenty of times in the past.
So you had mentioned to me via text that you had bailed on Small Soldiers.
yeah.
And then kind of sort of taunted me into watching it again.
I did not taunt you.
You totally did.
Nope.
You most certainly did. So
I was calling
like,
you out from before. I
Chuck
was
takes
just like,
this shit as a
"You're
challenge,
wrong.
man.
You're just wrong.
we had both talked about we need to rewatch Small Soldiers.
Okay.
And so I did the same thing. I rewatched it. And I will say I did not like it as much as I initially did in the theater. But I still think the movie is fine. I think it kind of, like, the last 20 minutes is just sort of like, okay, this is just chaos for the sake of chaos, and I'm not really into it anymore, and I was sort of like not paying attention. But I think a lot of it is well executed. I think I agree with the whole setup and everything, like you were saying. It's a good Joe Dante movie and everything. I think even though it is early CG effects, because the toys are so not detailed, it doesn't look as bad. Like, because the toys themselves are modeled as sort of like this sort of not textured.
When they're just like standing there or moving, it's fine. Yeah. I'm talking about like when they have that fucking thing jumping up and down on the bed for 5 minutes.
Well, that looked a little bad.
That looked really bad. And like I said, it's going, yeah. And then like the other thing is like, make a noise and that's a TV. Like, just everything's fucking going on at once. It's like, guys.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. When it comes, maybe it's better than some kids' movies, but not a lot, in my opinion. It's just I don't have time for fine. I don't want the Applebee's chef of movies. Like I can go to Applebee's and not die, hopefully, but I don't need to waste my time with it, especially like something that I've tried before.
No, I'm not saying you got to keep doing it. I'm just saying I rewatched it. I didn't love it as much as I did the first time, but I still thought it was all right. I think there's stuff in that movie to like. I do agree with the vocal stuff, but I think more of the problem is that they stunt casted the voices instead of getting people who can do voice work. Because they were like, let's get the cast of the Dirty Dozen. And it's like, Ernest Borgnine doesn't know fuck about being in a recording booth.
That's a lot of the late 90s stuff.
Yeah.
It was very much get a star in here to do it. Like, like you think about like Ants.
Yeah.
And it's like every character in that is like a name actor.
Yeah.
And it's like,
well, because
there's a reason.
That was DreamWorks' first thing. It was like Spielberg calling everybody like, I'm Spielberg. Want to make a movie?
But there's a reason voice. Like, there's a reason voice actors are voice actors.
That's how he sounds.
Hi, I'm Steven Spielberg.
Want to make a movie? Inventor of movies.
So he became a cross between Robert Loggia and Stan Lee.
Yes.
Drink your fucking orange.
Never imagined Spielberg did that.
That's real Spielberg.
That's not the show that he puts on for the
but
cameras.
I mean, but there's a difference between voice actors who do it to feed their kids, and a difference between real actors who do it so their kids can watch the movie that
I didn't even make it to the point that he's talking about. Like I have nightmares about other parts of that movie that I didn't even make it to. Like I knew the Gwendy dolls were coming, where it's Christina Ricci and Buffy, and it's just like, oh my god, we are talking to a microphone now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you can kind of recognize my voice. Oh my god, like it's so badly recorded. It's like, and like I said, I remember that. That's like burning my head. Like, oh
yeah,
and like I said, I didn't even make it to that.
I do think though that Frank Langella is really good. I think he makes that animatronic character seem alive. Okay. I think he does a really good job with that.
All right.
He made me laugh on several occasions. Just being sort of
like I said, I was even fine with it up until like they find the rest of the fucking monster guys, and I was like, I kind of want these guys to lose.
Yeah. I mean, there's just little things. I like that the soldiers are all assholes. I like that the soldiers are bad guys and that the monsters are the good guys. I sort of like how that all plays out. I like the fact that they have computer chips from the military, so therefore the things go fucking crazy. It's just, I mean, the premise for it is really dumb. Like, everything about it is like, if someone was like, how do we make Gremlins 3? Computers. And it's like, okay, well, we can't do that, so let's just put toys in there and do that. So,
Anyway.
Yeah.
Agree to disagree.
Sure.
But go ahead and tell me I'm wrong about another movie.
So after you talked about it, I was like, yes, based on hearing about this, I would like to see that movie Rewind This. So I went to the Hulu Pluses and watched Rewind This.
Yeah.
Definitely agree with you. It's not a very well-made documentary, but my dislike for it went a little bit deeper. Like, I think they focused on, like, too many of the wrong things, like very niche VHS things. Like, they spent a lot of time with supposed tape traders, and it was all about the weirdest underground movies versus just the idea of digital video distribution. And I really thought they should have spent more time talking about where it went from the $90 tapes to, okay, let's sell for $20 and see who buys them. And suddenly people were, actually collecting tapes, like buying your first copy of ET because, oh my God, it's affordable now, and things like that. And instead it was like, let's talk about buckets of horror blood 17 that I bootlegged from this thing, and this weird guy who's obsessed with horror wall, and this is my horror wall of gushing blood gushers 14. And I just like these weird fucking freaks. It was like, this is what defines the VHS in your mind, like the people that are still collecting it, because like the hipster quotient on this movie was extremely high, and it ended up pissing me off to the point that I really didn't like the movie at all. Because I get the preserving things that are only on VHS, and a couple of people said that. They were like, yes, look, this movie is only on VHS, and I will hold on to this until they put it onto a better format. And a lot of people said, I have this on VHS. The second it's on DVD or Blu-ray, I am buying it. And then you had the other people who are like, VHS forever, man. And you're looking on the back, and it's like, Heathers on DVD and Blu-ray. Like Toy Soldiers on DVD and Blu-ray. It's like, you assholes, you just have this on VHS because you're an asshole. Like, just walls. Like, these people had VCR tapes stacked sideways from floor to ceiling. And you could just look at, like, they had big, giant type that you could, like, read the titles. And it was like, DVD, DVD, Blu-ray, Blu-ray, Blu-ray. And it's like, you're just a dick. You're seriously a dick. Like, if you're collecting the Mr. T Be Somebody because it's only on VHS, fine, good on you. Like, there was a couple of people, they had, like, the Everything is Terrible guy on there, and he's like, yeah, look at this weird exercise tape I found where Bubba Smith is telling you that I love you.
Loves you.
That's funny. Yes.
I wish they had covered more stuff like that.
Yes.
The stuff that, like, man, VHS they were so starved for content that they just put out the weirdest fucking shit.
Yeah, like the exercise tapes and the pack-ins of, like, I bought the Face Shocker, those, like, recovering those VHS tapes, that's funny to me. Like, the stuff you find on Found Footage Festival and Everything is Terrible. It's like, that's interesting, not, I collected it, I collect VHS tapes and I have shit that's on Blu-ray. Great, you're a dick. And like one guy actually having the audacity to go that he likes the pan and scan effect.
No,
he did. He was like,
hold on.
It looks weird when it's not in pan and scan. I bought a DVD copy of this scene, and when it doesn't have the digital scan, I thought it looked wrong.
I get what that guy was saying in terms of, like, it's a
that's what he grew up with.
I know, but it's a unique look in something that you don't see anymore. In that you're watching a movie and all of a sudden the movie just starts moving, and you're like, well, that's a weird. At the time, you didn't realize what VHS was doing, but you look at it and you go, well, that's a weird camera shot. Why did they just do that in the middle of the scene? And why is it now going over there? And what's happening? I get that, but...
Well, that guy was saying he preferred it.
Well,
hipster.
Yeah. The one, like, video store guy bothered me when he was like, we had to move out VHS for these Blu-rays. More like Boo-rays, am I right? Yeah. And I'm like, dude, do you want your business to stay open? Shut the fuck up.
Lucky to have a place that people walk into and get your tapes or discs or whatever.
You don't need Nightmare on Elm Street 5 on VHS anymore. You can throw that away.
I just remember the days of early DVD, like early DVD, when it was like 20th Century Fox finally signed on.
Yeah.
They're going to finally start making DVDs. And I'm like, yes, they're going to put out Star Wars. They're going to put out Aliens, all that. I can get rid of the fucking VHS tapes that are terrible and worn out and don't look good. I mean, I had widescreen VHS tapes, like when they were putting them out in the mid '90s, because I was like, because I knew Pan and Scan was garbage, and once I had seen a movie in widescreen, I was like, I can't possibly go back.
Well, see, and that's what this movie sort of, well, not sort of, it does. It just blatantly ignores Laserdisc. And people were like moving from VHS to Laserdisc because you wanted the actual aspect ratio of the movie, despite the fact that, it was a sort of a crummy experience having to flip the movie halfway through it. But
or 3 times if you had like a 2-disc one.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So, but like, it does focus more on the collector mentality of VHS rules and not the movie rules.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Just like at a certain point in this movie, I was like, God, can an EMP just hit Austin? I just want all these fucking tapes erased. Like, Jesus, that would be the best thing ever. I'm sorry, all you people. Like, like I just at a certain point, I was like, just wipe these. Like,
but then how are they going to take pictures of their food with their VHS tapes?
I was just like, they're magnetic tapes, just one little EMP, bloop, just quick.
If they could find a way to make it so that hipsters had to rewind their cell phones, they would love that shit.
Yeah,
yeah, but to me, like with what you're saying, and with what you're saying, and what some people are saying in the comments right now on the live stream, is that to me, it's these people are fetishizing the object and not the movie that's contained on it.
And that's what this documentary is.
And that's what bothers me.
Yeah.
Is it's like there's a certain point where it shifts away from being about the actual movie and the quality of it and what it was like, and not necessarily about what's
I guarantee I guarantee you 75% of these people never pull these tapes out of those big giant stacks and watch them. It is just I have these.
Yeah, to say they have them.
I mean, or they watch like 5 of them. You know, they watch the weirdest ones they have.
They can have my widescreen copy of Alien 3 on VHS.
Yeah. So
lucky you.
Great. You know, then the EMP doesn't matter because you still have blank tapes. They're going to be blank tapes at some day anyway. Sure. I mean, they have a lifespan.
Yeah, all the stuff.
I mean, discs off. Will have a 100-year thing. You know, like the data will just evaporate. It's all magnetic based. And eventually, it's like, like if you still have floppy disks, put them in and see if they have anything on them. I guarantee you they probably don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I got to go check my zip disks.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
I want to see the documentary about floppy disk.
Yeah, floppy disk collectors.
Hipsters. They have all these floppy disks. I don't know what's on them.
I only
hipsters.
27 copies of
I only
Summer
use my
Games.
TRS-80 cassette, actually, sir.
Floppyhipsters.tumblr.com.
No, don't go there.
I only do 360K floppies.
Yeah.
Everything else is sacrilege.
Double density, more like double
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
But speaking of documentaries.
Yeah.
I watched Best Worst Movie.
Oh, okay.
Which I'd been meaning to watch for a while, and it's on Netflix again. So
Hooray.
Yeah. That documentary is really good, and it goes some really depressing places, like excessively depressing. Because like the first third of it is really good because you're with the dad from the movie, and he is, goddamn, like the most happy, enthusiastic person you will ever experience in your life. Like he's this like when you think of somebody who'd be like, oh shucks, it was great being in a bad movie. Like he embodies everything you would think just hearing that statement. You know, like he is everything that's enthusiastic about it, and about fan bases like ours where we're like, yeah, it's terrible, but it's great. You know, and they do a lot of stuff with meeting with the people that love the movie and talking about why they love it and how, you know, it was this weird combination of, you know, absolute sincerity by the people making it, and yet everything that could possibly go wrong went wrong, but it all works in a way that's still entertaining as shit. But man, some of those people, their lives are just depressing now. Like, and that was the worst part. It was just like, the guy who played the granddad in the movie is just like, yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like I wasted my life. Like literally says those words. Is that like, well, yeah, you know, but I just kind of frittered away my life, and here I am. I don't have any kids or grandkids, or wife, or anything like that. And you know, but what else? What does everyone do? Everyone fritters away their life one way or another. And I'm like, God damn, dude. You know, and the scroll at the end is just like, yeah, he acts in community theater and enjoys watching Family Guy. It's like, oh my God.
Well, at least he's
That's
doing
a
the
fate
community
worse than
theater.
death.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but and the one girl, the daughter in the movie, talks about how she doesn't have it listed on her CV.
Really?
But eventually they look it up and they're like, "Were you in Troll 2?" And she's like, and that is always the point where I know that I may as well just stop talking to them because I'm not getting the part ever.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, you did this 20 years ago, but people still judge you by it. But I don't know, but it's really good in that it shows what happens when you're pitching something, a cult thing, to the wrong people. Because when they go to like a sci-fi convention and there are like 4 people in the audience, it is just a painful thing to watch them trying to do an interview with like the cast is on the... And when
like a panel?
Yeah.
They gotta do
but there's only like 4 people. There's more people on stage than there are in the audience watching them.
Yeah.
You know,
it's even worse because like there's one point where they're in like a signing area, and he's like walking around like, "Hey, I'm George Hardy from Troll 2," and you want an autograph? Like, I mean, it's like a guy like walking out, and just imagine that. Like, we've all been to the convention where it's like some guy sitting there. It's like, but yeah, imagine that guy coming around the table and be like, "Hey."
There was some of that at the local convention here, where it's like the Hare Krishna zombie from Dawn of the Dead, and it's like, who cares?
But man, dude, you need to not go to the convention. I'm sorry.
You would think like that guy would have done one and been like, yeah, nobody cares, and moved on.
Well, it is interesting, like when he goes to like the showings of Troll 2, like at at the Draft House and all that, and people are just like, "Holy shit! You're the dad from Troll 2."
Yeah.
Through the line.
He gets this taste of stardom.
Yeah,
and then he gets the harsh reality of like, that's a very small percentage of people that give it 2 shits.
And you feel it at the horror convention when he's like talking to people who are like, "I was in Nightmare on Elm Street 5," and they're like signing autographs, and you kind of see why. Like, I've always been like, why would people do this? Like, why would you go to these conventions and then like just sit there all day and charge somebody $10 to sign something? It felt like, why do these people still do this? Why aren't they just being like, what, fuck this?
Yeah.
But then you kind of see why, because he's like so enthusiastic when people are like, "Dude, you were in Troll 2. That's awesome."
It's the one guy that comes up and says, "Hey, you're the dude," or or knows your name, and it's like, "Hey, you're George Hardy, and I love I love Troll 2." And
and like that all makes it worth it.
Yeah, that kind of shit makes your day.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, the whole documentary gets kind of depressing because you can see like when his spirit gets broken a bit when he's going around at this horror convention, like, "Hey, did you guys see Troll 2?" And they're like, "No."
Because no one saw it.
Yeah, and there's like a dude in a Hellraiser costume. He's like, "That guy's weird. I'm not talking to him." He's like, "These people, I don't know what. It's not Halloween. I don't understand. It's March. But whatever." And it's also kind of depressing when he gets to talk to Neil Marshall, like right before Doomsday came out, and he's like, "Yeah, I talked to him for a little bit, but he's like a famous guy, and they don't have like they got so much on their mind. They just don't. They're talking to you, but they're not really talking to you, and I don't like that."
It's so weird. He's such a he seems like such a genuine, endearing sort of person.
He seems like the most genuine person on the planet.
Yeah,
honestly.
And he's just like, I love it, and these people are kind of weird, but hey, that's whatever. That's cool. They have things going on. I'm just George Hardy.
I'm so glad they have him to balance out the director. Who is just like, God, he's like, "They just don't understand my movie. They don't get it at all."
And his wife is just as bad, if not worse.
Yeah, and it's just interesting because they're like, "Well, it was this social commentary on this, and the fans have really grasped that." And then when they're going down the line, people are like, "Yeah, Troll 2, piss on hospitality, woo!" And he's like, "Oh, they're laughing at all the wrong parts of the movie." And it's like, but then at the end, when people are like, "Yeah, we never had a full shooting script," and he's like, "No, you're lying. We had a script." He's like yelling at these people, like at this little Q&A thing. It was really like,
wasn't he in the audience? He wasn't even on the panel.
He wasn't even on the panel, but he was there.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, because it was like this whole thing that the Draft House did where they put a mobile screen up and they built like the town kind of.
Yeah.
And they had the screening there and they were doing all that. And I guess like they got almost the entire cast there. And, but they're interviewing the cast members and like, "Yeah, well, I didn't know. Like, we tried to change my lines and he wouldn't let me change anything." He's like, "No, that's not how it happened." He's just standing in the audience yelling at them. It's just really uncomfortable. And the mom, her whole thing is just,
she's
she's gone. there is some serious mental stuff going on with that lady, and that stuff is really uncomfortable too.
Didn't she die?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know,
I thought she
because this
died.
was like 2009, so she may have since it was filmed. But yeah, there's that, and for some reason, Corn Lady never, like, she shows up in the final shot of the movie where they show the whole cast at this thing.
Yeah.
She's in there. They never interview her. They never mention her. They never say anything about her. Despite, even they just show a couple clips of her in the movie at some point. And that was kind of disappointing because I was like, that lady was crazy, like in an acting way. Like she was like fully committed to just whatever the hell she was committed to. And I was hoping that they'd talk to her about that, and then they kind of didn't. So, but it's solid. It's worth watching. I know, especially if you've watched Troll 2, which most of us have. If our name's not Chuck.
Fine, I haven't seen Troll 2. Sorry. I was busy watching other stuff.
Yeah, hipster.
Yep.
Oh
You should
my
watch Troll 2.
God.
So
It's your kind of crazy. Honestly, it is your kind of crazy.
I was just kind of waiting for the hype to just stop,
The hype has died down enough. I think you're safe.
Okay. For a long time, it was like, dude, you got to see Troll 2. And it's like, when people tell me that, I'm like, dude, just back off.
Dude, you've got to see Troll 2.
I'll see. Now I got to wait another
Back
5
off.
years.
Back off.
So
Dude, don't see Troll 2.
don't tell me what not to watch.
You're wrong. Whatever you think about Troll 2, you're wrong. See, that'll make them watch it.
Oh, God damn it. So, okay, I continued on with my comic book movie extravaganza. I watched both the Fantastic Four movies.
Oh.
Yeah. The first one is all right for about the first hour.
Mm-hmm.
And then they all just start infighting, and then the movie like ends without having a third act, and I'm like, what happened here?
Yeah.
This is odd. So that one's pretty much okay, I think. The second one is pure fucking garbage. Just I could not have been more annoyed with those people in that movie, where I just wanted someone to walk into the room and say, "You are fucking superheroes. Stop this shit. This petty bickering and wanting a pretty wedding and everything. Shut up. Go do superhero things."
Yeah, it was. Both of those movies to me felt like we want to be superhero movies, but we don't want to do superhero stuff.
Yeah.
And then the Ben Grimm thing in the first one is identical to what happens in the Roger Corman one.
Oh, really?
Almost identical.
Oh, wow.
Like in the way he reacts and a lot of the stuff. Like some of the scenes are almost like, did you guys use those as storyboards or something? Because that's weird.
Well, they do have that. Oh, they own that. I mean, they made that to hold the rights.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a placeholder for the script, so some elements probably crept over into the full-on one.
I just think, like, especially the last third of the first movie and then all of the second movie, the movie just needed a character who was like, listen, someone needed to walk into the movie and say what the audience was thinking. Like, you have to stop doing this. Like, you can't get pissed off at them because they went and had dinner. People have to eat. He's trying to solve your goddamn problem building the fly chamber, whatever he's building. Man's got to eat. He went out to dinner. Shut the fuck up. Don't suddenly change allegiances because...
It's like everyone getting mad at George R.R. Martin because he hasn't finished the books yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
The man has a life, people.
So, I don't... But I will say, as much as I hated Fantastic Four 2, it has the best Stan Lee cameo.
Really?
It's the best one, where he's trying to get into the wedding. And they're like, "You're not on the list." And he's like, "But I'm Stan Lee. I'm on the list." It's like, and the dude's like, "No, get the fuck out." That is the only time it has not ground the movie to a halt and made me actually enjoy a Stan Lee cameo. It was him just
Amazing
like,
Spider-Man.
"I'm on the list." No, that was terrible too. Whatever. I'm not gonna start the Stan Lee debate again. And then I watched Omega Cop because
Omega Cop, Omega Cop, Omega Cop, Omega Cop.
I'm just continuing my knowledge of you guys before I existed.
Oh.
Back when you were carrying me. So that movie, it's terrible, but goddamn, it is pretty goddamn entertaining start to finish in its terribleness. It's just sort of like 20 minutes of talking, and then it's like, I got to go over here and fight, and then he will.
He had to get his hat.
Yeah, that is just the dumbest. Where he's just like, I think that guy's wearing my hat. And then he's just like, see ya, bitches. And just abandons everybody.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to go chase these guys all through Stockton, California, or wherever the fuck they are. Get his hat back. So
Yeah.
dumb.
Good.
And Adam West just wasting away in this control center the whole time. It's like,
He proposes with a grenade pin.
yes, he does.
Proposes
the best.
with a grenade
Yeah,
pin.
it's pretty
That
good.
would be so good.
It's pretty good.
Oh, it's great.
It's pretty damn good. And shout out to whoever did the music for that movie, because as shitty as that movie is, the dude who came in and did the music was like, I need to fucking sell all the stuff that's going on.
Mhm.
Like, I don't need any like winky music to the camera or anything like that. This is gonna be fucking action music and serious, like shit is going down, and the music really sells what the movie itself doesn't.
Mhm.
So good times. You should seek out Omega Cop if you haven't already.
I did.
Not you guys. I meant
I'm
you
glad
you
I
guys
did.
at home playing
Yes.
the home
Oh,
game.
oh,
If
okay.
you're playing the BMFcast home game, go, it's like $2 on Amazon for the DVD. Just go get it.
Wait, there is a DVD of Omega Cop now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh man, we
is
could
it
throw
a-
that VHS in the trash. Get rid of that thing.
Where's my sun launcher that I put my 360 and my PS3 in?
Oh yeah, all them
Get
batteries.
rid of that hipster piece of plastic.
Somebody get
that
Chuck Norris
shit
on the
outta
phone.
here.
I
Get
need
me
a-
a magnet right now. I'm erasing that fucker.
Yeah. It will have nothing on it by the end of the night.
Just kidding.
That Austin EMP.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my favorite movie. Does.
Austin EMP.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, you want to hear about some emails?
Yes.
Listener
Yeah, but I would-
correspondence.
I would
Let us hear
prefer
about some emails.
Here's about some emails, please.
All right. First one up is from Rich from Pittsburgh.
Okay.
It's titled Strange Occurrences in Movies. Ahoy, Bamfcast.
Ahoy!
As always, a tip of the cap to all of you. Let me restart that. As always, a tip of the cap for all you do. I'm writing today because while playing around with the Max film finder on the PS4 Netflix, I found a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie to suggest you watch, which took me down a rabbit hole I still haven't climbed out of. The name of the film is Assassination Games, a wham bam thank you romam Eastern Bloc special in which JCVD plays a hitman who befriends a hooker with a heart of gold and has an uneasy alliance with an ex-cop that is also going after JCVD's final big hit. The actor playing the cop is Scott Adkins, who shows up again while I was watching The Expendables 2, playing JCVD's right-hand man. An hour ago, I plopped down to watch Universal Soldier, but being half asleep, I didn't realize it was Universal Soldier Day of Reckoning, again featuring JCVD and Atkins at odds. So, my question to you all is this. Have I stumbled into a parallel universe where these two men will forever make films together, or is this something any of you guys have experienced? Mash and churn, Rich from Pittsburgh, sent from my Gary Busey lunchbox.
It's just teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird we haven't had a Scott Adkins movie yet.
Yeah.
Because I know, like,
Totally is.
Ninja Shadow of a Tear is supposed to be really awesome.
Hmm.
And our type of stuff. Because
Okay.
he's like one of those dudes who's making action movies right now that are like the kind of shit we want to see, where it's like, don't shake the camera all around, show the dudes fighting, and, you know, actually knows how to fight and do all that stuff. So,
I couldn't tell you who he is. I have no idea. You say that name and I'm just like, I don't know.
Is that the guy that's on 30 Rock?
That's who I thought.
Yeah.
But as soon as you said that, I was like, oh, that guy? What?
I don't believe he's on 30 Rock.
Yeah. He's,
Okay.
yeah. But yeah, whoever he is, I don't
Yeah,
know.
and like
The
in
guy with the
big
diet?
in big movies, he always shows up as like, you know, one of the like part of the squad or whatever. You know, that he doesn't
Mhm.
really get to do
Oh.
the big stuff, but
Hmm.
that guy's awesome. Like he's one of those that's like, well, eventually they're gonna find a way to use him in a real movie.
Yeah.
But the problem is he's not that great an actor. So
Well, that's never
You know.
stopped anybody else.
see, what they need to do is have him in like Carl Urban in the second Bourne movie,
Mm-hmm.
where he's like just this dude that barely says anything and is just like this menacing threat throughout. That's how they're gonna sell him into bigger and bigger movies, I think. Just have him be that guy that's just badass. But yeah, Assassination Games.
Okay.
Should we put that on the list?
No.
Why not?
Eastern Bloc.
Oh, Chuck. You're so prejudiced against the Eastern Blockers.
A 4-movie Eastern Bloc. Classic Eastern Bloc.
Oh, please.
Wait. Let me get this straight. You just condemned a movie for simply being Eastern Bloc, but you still want to go forward with Cuba Gooding Jr.
They're not all in the Eastern Bloc. He has made movies that take place here.
What? What have we not watched that's an American movie that's not a good movie?
Dude, we have freaking 16 Cuba Gooding Jr. discs.
They're all
Nope.
right there.
Pretty sure they're all Bulgarian, too.
No, they're not. I guarantee you we can find 4 non-Bulgarian Cuba Gooding Jr. movies.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
All right, we'll see what happens come June.
Okay.
I don't want to do Efren Semblus June.
Anyway, I am curious if Rich was just sick of the two of them by the time that marathon was over or not. Because it was Van Damme and Adkins just over and over.
I
just
thought what we can do. We're not doing horror movies in October. We're going to do June Cleaver. Do all our horror movies in.
I get it.
And that way you don't have to double up your 31 and 31. We'll save you, we'll spare you, back it up.
Appreciate that.
See?
Thinking of me.
Yeah.
Good
Sweet.
job. All right, next up is new email. Scott from Delaware. We got Scots all over.
All right.
We got Scots in different area codes.
Scots.
It says, greetings.
Lots of Scots.
Greetings, people collectively known as BMFcast. This is Scott from Delaware. Guessing at least one of you thought of Wayne's World. So I'm listening to the Tracks episode the other day, and Harlow mentions that he watched the movie Nightmares after someone wrote in about the story with the truck launching out of the ground. Holy shit, that was me, I exclaimed. Bad timing, it seems, as there was a funky odor wafting through the train car at the time. On the bright side, I've had a seat to myself every morning since. Anyway, it made my day knowing I gave Harlow nightmares, so to speak. Moving on. I have a movie that might just be in your wheelhouse. The movie is called The Soldier from 1982, starring Ken Wall.
Oh, God.
It's one of those movies that always ran late at night on HBO in the days before video rentals were common. In the span of 83 minutes, you get guns, squibs, rocket launchers blowing stuff up, stuff blowing up by other means, assassins on snow skis, Klaus Kinski and a few that guys.
Oh, yeah.
A fight scene with arguably the most unskilled ninja ever, and he has ninja in ninja quotation marks.
Oh, like Sheba Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bar fight in a country bar, complete with girls mud wrestling, nuclear threats, and car chase with a Porsche 911.
Ooh.
One thing you do not get is excess dialogue. In fact, there's so little dialogue in this movie, it could have been a silent film with an occasional title card to move things along.
Huh.
So, it's a bit hard to find. I'm not sure if it even made it to DVD. Let's call those VHS hipsters. Fortunately, the whole thing is available on YouTube, as usual, so it costs you nothing. Here's the link. This message was typed before a live studio audience. Some restrictions apply. Void where prohibited.
Very nice.
Very nice. Yeah, Ken Wall. Wise guy.
Yeah. I remember that show.
Yeah, he was on it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a single episode of Wise Guy.
Probably didn't either, but he made a movie in 82. Good for him.
Well, you know what? I like everything he had on that checklist.
Yeah, I like all those things.
I like on snow skis, fighting it.
Chicks oil or mud wrestling in a country bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's if there's chicken wire in front of the stage.
Of course there is.
Yeah, that's it has to be. That's what I want.
Roadhouse.
Yep. Yes, Harlow Roadhouse.
Yes.
Very good.
I've seen that as well.
Roadhouse.
Yeah. Anyway, next one.
Where's
Also,
this next Scott from?
No, this is actually
These
Mel.
are Scots I know.
Oh, Mel.
These are Scots I
Mel,
know.
somebody new. He says, "Hi, BMFers.
Hi.
My name's Melvin. I just recently discovered you guys, and you rock.
True.
You're funny and work great together during the podcast. It's fun to rediscover cheese classics I'd forgotten about and learning of ones I had never known existed. I wanted to make a suggestion for the show. I'm not sure if it qualifies because it's not quite the level of cheesiness you guys tackle usually. Aside from some awkward scenes and some what the fuck moments, it's actually a really great action/martial arts movie. But overall, it's a testosterone-boosting good time in the way that Cobra did for you guys. Did I read this last week?
No. Not so far.
Does not ring a bell.
I could have sworn.
Well, what's the name of it?
It's titled Blood and Bones, starring Michael Jai White, featuring Kimbo Slice and other MMA fighters. And he's got other stuff there, but like the link to the trailer and all that.
Yeah, the only Michael J. White mentioned was the Black Dynamite email we talked about.
Okay.
I think I remember Kimbo Slice being talked about.
Wait, this did happen?
I think this happened.
I can't remember.
Keep
We've
reading.
had so
I listened to it
many
twice,
emails,
so,
and I think I didn't flag it.
Because I edited it.
Okay.
I
Well, let me reread that paragraph and just
All
start
right.
from there again. I wanted to make a suggestion for the show. I'm not quite sure if it qualifies because it's not quite the level of cheesiness you guys usually tackle on the show. Aside from some awkward scenes and some what the fuck moments, it's actually a really good action/martial arts movie. But overall, it's a testosterone-boosting good time in the way that Cobra did for you guys. It's titled Blood and Bones, starring Michael Jai White, featuring Kimbo Slice and other MMA fighters. He then sends a link to the trailer and says, "Keep up the good work. Take care, Mel."
Well, thanks, Mel.
Yeah.
Maybe again.
Yeah, and he actually called in too, but they were
maybe
too
that's
long.
where you're confused. Maybe you guys listen to that.
Yeah, they were too long to run. So,
Okay.
Okay.
but yeah, Blood and Bone, Michael Jai White.
Yeah.
I'm always in for Michael Jai White. BMFcast alum, Michael Jai White.
Yeah, there's I think there's a new
Yeah.
Yeah, a new Asylum
Yeah.
straight to DVD. Michael Jai White.
Android
He's
Cop.
in an
Android
asylum
Cop.
one?
Yeah.
Android Cop. Take a guess what that is a ripoff of.
Universal Soldier.
The tagline of Android
Samurai
Cop
Cop.
is the future of law enforcement.
Omega Cop.
Oh.
Yeah, it's Michael Jai White and Charles S. Dutton, which makes
So
it.
is Michael
it's
Jai
an
White
silent
the
version of
Android
Alien
Cop?
3.
Is Michael Jai White
Sweet.
the Android Cop?
Yes.
But he just looks like Michael Jai White.
Really? They didn't give him a mask or anything?
Michael Jai White
Shield?
is going to be in Fast and Furious 7.
Really?
Then I will see Fast and Furious 7.
Look, that was up for grabs before.
Yeah, I don't. I was
Yeah,
unsure.
yeah,
I didn't
maybe.
know. Maybe the way 6 left us hanging. I was like, I don't know.
Nah.
Yeah,
Nah.
but yeah, asylum movies. No,
No.
no, no.
Rather be put in an asylum.
Yeah, no.
Not really.
Right. Well then. Yeah. Fun in the next.
I was just
Sorry.
filling
I
air.
know.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
just
Just,
looking
we're
for
just
the next
tap
email.
dancing here.
Yeah,
I can tell.
riffing.
Mike J. White. Mike J. White. Hey.
And while I'm searching, just want to shout out somebody we can't identify because they sent us stuff on Facebook and asked that we not read it on the air or talk about it. But your story is crazy,
Totes
and,
correct.
and I'm sorry if we're like taunting people that are listening.
Stories.
But yeah, there's some really cool stuff. But they're like, please don't read this on the air because
Suffice to say, I'll
it might hurt
summarize
their
it.
job security.
I'll summarize it. Shit went down.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
it
thanks.
is. But no, it's fun hearing like behind.
You won't
the
believe
scenes-
what happened. Click here.
Yeah. But it's always fun hearing like behind the scenes stuff from people that actually work on movies and are like, yeah, you wouldn't fucking believe this. So
But
Yeah.
we will, because
I
we're
never
Yeah,
thought
we
it would
will
happen
because-
to me.
yes, dear penthouse.
Dear
All right.
Bamf House.
Bamf House.
All right,
Never
That's our
thought
reality show where we try to live together.
this is your buddy of mine, Jay. One half of our epic voicemail from episode 100.
Oh,
But
not
he
Michael
says,
J. White.
No. Jay from California.
Mm.
Michael J. White, you never know. Anyway, he says poll and feedback. Damn it. And I got to sneeze. Oh, it's gone. Oh, it's worse.
Punch yourself in the nose.
Nope, not working.
Harder. You have to make
No.
yourself bleed.
Let BJ hit you in the nose.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can. All right.
Wait, are we starting a fight club?
On the next Bamf House.
Sorry. This one's from Jay from California, who says, "Hey guys, Jay from California here, and I'll give you what you want, and I'll make you work for it by reading my feedback from episode 211. I know you like it. Regarding Steve, like the bird Heron's question about movies you want on Blu-ray, why the fuck didn't you all sing Xanadu in unison?
Because
Blu-ray
they
was
haven't
made-
legalized LSD yet.
Blu-ray was made for that movie with its beautiful images and amazing soundtrack.
I agree.
Also, I'm known to hate on Chuck myself, but he doesn't deserve it for Spider-Man 2. I agree with him, even though I love the film myself. It's just that I'm able to look past the issues with the movie, and I understand that everyone cannot. Oh, and I want to know if you've seen or heard of Adjust Your Tracking, another VHS documentary that spent all of 2013 touring theaters and is getting a DVD and VHS release in March, I believe. I bought the poster for it because it's an awesome poster. As for the merch, motherfuckers, I will buy the shit out of any and all t-shirts and posters you make. I'll buy it by the dozens and Johnny Appleseed the fuck out of it. Crash and burn, Jay out, sent from my TurboGrafx 16.
I wonder,
All right, man.
I wonder if it was from the CD or not.
Yeah, I don't know. Was it the portable, the duo?
Oh, it could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been.
But, man, hopefully Adjust Your Tracking is a little more what we're looking for.
Maybe that's what I was thinking of. Maybe I thought that was this or whatever. I don't know. I just find it weird that there's now 2 VHS documentaries. I don't know.
Of course. It's
Yeah,
they
I
speak
know.
Fox.
Yeah, it is. Turn, hooch, canine.
Mm-hmm. Right. All right, last one is from Natalie, who says, poll and a question. Hey guys, it's Nat from Montreal. I would totally buy a BMFcast t-shirt. I wouldn't even mind the US Canadian dollar conversion fees. Probably because you're going to come out ahead these
Yeah.
days. Question, is Mackie French Canadian by any chance? He keeps saying, yeah, which sounds suspiciously like a Franglish hybrid expression most Montrealers use. Just curious. Thanks for your hours of entertainment, Nat, sent from my Casio scientific calculator.
Yeah, what's that all about?
You need to answer this before we ever do another show.
Yeah.
Before we ever do another show.
Yeah. No,
Wait
I'm
a
not
minute.
French Canadian. I have
Yeah, are
The
you a
closest,
hoser or not?
the closest
but-
I get is relatives in the upper Midwest.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
gonna
well,
say
did you actually? We were going to ask you. Have you ever lived up there?
No, I've lived in Florida my entire life.
Okay.
But your family is from that area.
Yes.
And yeah.
Okay.
You might have some Canadian DNA in you.
Not that I know
Are
of.
you
but-
specifically not saying the state for any reason?
No, it's Minnesota.
Yeah, I was going
but-
to say, because like Minnesotans, when they drink, they sound like fucking Canadians.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Immediately.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, don't you? And all those T-Wolves are great, eh?
Yeah, but I mean, but the whole
They
upper
may be drunk.
Midwest,
They don't say that.
the whole upper Midwest.
Oh, they
has
say
that
A.
whole
They say A when they fucking
that
drink.
Canada Light thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
They do.
Oh, don't you know?
Oh, don't you know? Golly.
I've been up there, got drunk with them. Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
me too.
Oh.
It's fun.
Oh, yeah.
They can drink.
Oh,
Those-
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to do up there.
Now we've
So,
Oh, yeah,
now
sure.
now we've just gone full fucking Fargo
Yeah, sure.
now.
Yeah. Don't
I'm
I
trying to
know?
keep it
I know.
Wisconsin.
The best part about Fargo
Yeah, sure.
is
Oh,
like
jeez.
they all watch it and they go, "We don't sound like that."
Yes,
Fuck.
I hear that all the time.
Yeah, and
People are like,
they
we
don't
don't
It's
sound
just like us
Fargo.
watching that dude on Walking Dead. We're like, no,
Yeah.
no, you're not Southern.
Cruel.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Like every terrible Southern accent ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
It's so weird.
Should we mention anything about Philip Seymour Hoffman?
It's
a huge bummer.
It's a huge bummer. Kids don't do heroin.
Yeah,
Seriously. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Just
Yeah.
nothing good comes from it.
If you need pure bliss, inject us directly into your vein.
Yeah, we won't
Yeah,
kill
that
you.
works.
Just make you smile.
But yeah, somebody like I didn't.
Unless you're riding a bike. It's
Well,
possible.
yeah.
Just use caution
Be
if
dangerous.
you're on any moving vehicles.
Right.
Yeah, we have heard that one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But what's astounding about him, like I didn't even realize it until, people started writing articles about him. Like there's not a single movie where I'm like, man, he wasn't good in that.
Yeah.
I've seen a bunch of movies with him in them. Like I think Master was
Yeah, I was gonna say
Overdone
I've
garbage.
had movies I didn't like that he was in.
I think it's overly obtuse garbage, but I think he's really good in it at the same time.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
But it's, man, it's one of those bummers where it's like, man, there's so many things you want to see him in them.
he's even good in Twister.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's Twister.
just looking through his filmography when it happened, I was just like, there's not a bad performance here in any of this. And I mean, there are movies that I don't like. Like, I do not like Punch Drunk Love, but I think of his character in that, and it just makes me smile because he's pretty hilarious as whatever that Mattress King thing he's trying to do. Yeah, it's just that, sometimes these things come out and they just hit you and you're just like, man, that really, really sucks. Like, that dude was supposed to make another 75 movies and
Yeah.
be great in all of them,
Yeah, and it's one of those cases where I'm glad he got an Oscar.
Yeah.
So it's not like, man, I wonder what would have happened if he,
Right.
he would have won so many Oscars. At
Or
least,
they just give him one like this year because,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, that's really not
Right.
his best thing.
But, I want to say I made a comment that, when I was listing like stuff that was made better by him being in it, and I mentioned Mission Impossible 3, and then people were sort of sneering at that, like, nah, action movie. You don't understand
he's really good in that.
how great he is in that movie. Like, in terms of like a villain in a movie, like how he makes you want Tom Cruise to murder him.
Mm-hmm.
It's just his speech at the beginning that sets the tone for that entire movie is incredible. It is so good and so powerful. It's just like I've never been stone silent in the beginning of an action movie before. We're just like, wow, that's really strong. I mean, he's just really, really good in that. So stop hating.
Don't be hate.
So yeah, that's just a huge total bummer.
Yep.
So, but hey, let's give away
Yeah.
Plato's Run.
So
Yeah,
let's go for it.
One more merch suggestion. Someone suggested that we do a law offices of evil medieval
I heard
Esquire
that, yeah.
sorcery law
Yeah,
lawyers at sorcery or something like that.
We have some suggestions.
yeah.
We have some ideas.
We have plenty of things we could put on
Yeah.
a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's one.
personally that's the shirt that I want.
Sure.
So
Okay, we'll make one for
that's
you.
that's what I'm throwing in the hat. So we have
I'm going to
two
go
votes
get
for
you a
that one.
BVD and a magic marker, so I will make that happen for you.
DVD.
That's a brand of Fruit of the Loom. Would you rather that? I don't know. Hanes.
Oh, ABC DVDs.
It's a brand of plain ass white T-shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
always thought that was a brand of plain ass white underwear.
They make them all.
So I was like, why?
I'll make you some evil medieval, tidy whities if you
There we
want.
go.
All right.
Meow.
So, BJ,
Yes.
you made the list of our entries for that little contest we did for a little copy of a DVD of Plato's Run
I
in
did.
full frame, which should satisfy all VHS hipsters, even though
Right.
they might not have a VHS copy of Plato's Run. At least they'll have a full frame copy to really sell the experience.
It's a
Yeah.
shinier version of the same thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
So
And
how many entries?
there
do
were
we have?
11 unique entries.
Okay.
Okay.
That weren't a comment from us.
Mhm.
So using random.org's random number generator with a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 11, I'm going to now live generate the result.
What number is it?
Random. Number 7,
Lucky number 7.
which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, the suspense! Oh, it's killing me.
You ready?
Oh, I'm totes ready.
Please.
Cameron Croston, step right up. You're the lucky winner.
All right, Cam.
So
Email
hopefully
us.
you don't live in Uganda.
Yeah, that would
Pretty
be
sure he
bad
doesn't.
on several different.
Yeah.
Give me a complimentary Plato's
Pretty
Run.
sure. Pretty sure he's in the U.S.
Yeah.
So
Cameron's comment was, "Oh boy, would I love a copy of Plato's Run,"
Well,
and that got you into the winner's circle. buddy.
well, guess what, buddy?
way to bring it, Cameron. Way to just bring the thunder. there with
Cameron's
that.
winning entry.
Might add, there was
Said-
an exclamation point at the end.
Oh, wow. All right.
All right, then.
Oh, that makes it.
And
Such
so
enthusiasm.
Circle takes the square.
So,
Wins the
Cameron,
prize.
email us at BMF@BMFcast.
I don't know why he wants to play. Like, if we're recording the voices, why not?
But email us, get us your address, and we'll get it out to you.
Yeah.
So you can watch all that hot Roy Scheider action.
Yep.
Oh, delicious.
It's all jawsy.
Yep. So, I guess it's time to get out of here,
Oh,
isn't it?
yes,
Do we
please.
want to get some contact info there, BJ?
We could do that. Go to the website, bmfcast.com, look for the buttons, and those will lead you to all our fun socially things. And also, give us a call on the Garfield.
Man, it's contagious.
There. Also, give us a call on the Garfield phone, 910-5JOCKS-BMF, 910-556-9263. Keep it short and sweet. By the way, keep it like under a minute, or else we will flush your voicemail down the toilet.
Sorry. Well,
Voicemail got down the hole.
yeah. And as always, we got a ton of voicemails. Just can't get to them because we're running long.
Yep.
As we seem to but we keep getting so many every week, and we appreciate all of them, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
We need a voicemail half.
Yeah, just
Voicemail
stop
month.
watching movies altogether.
Let's do a month of nothing but feed.
Voice month. Feedback, just like guitar feedback.
Yeah. And then the second half will be,
It's the
listener
Hendrix
feedback.
half.
Awesome.
All right. Let's get out of here, shall we?
Yeah, let's
Sounds
do that.
great.
I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ,
And I'm Chuck.
and this is BMFcast out. See you next time. Promotional considerations were paid for by the following.
Our
Blah, blah,
wallets.
blah, blah.
Nobody. Literally
The donate
nobody.
button.
No,
that's who they're
yeah.
paid
I was
for
going to say
by,
that,
is
that,
the
that that's
donate
not
button.
fair because
Everyone who's
people have
donated
donated.
at some point. in the
Yeah.
past.
People have
They've
donated.
paid
Some
for
people
it.
have been
Thank
very generous.
They've
so.
dictated the content of this show.
Yes, we only
Yeah.
do content for them.
Emotional
Right.
consideration and all thought processes
Yep.
paid for by some people.
If you send us $100, we will watch a movie on VHS.
Whoa.
We will watch your shitty VHS
also
movie.
have to send us
Chuck,
the VHS
stop saying things like that.
and a VHS.
You don't want $100? Not saying we'll review it, but we'll watch it.
I have. There's a VHS player hooked up to the TV right now.
No, they have to send us their own VHS player.
No, mine's
No.
hooked up with HDMI. It's easy.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking
Nope.
pull wires and.
Nope.
Yeah.
And a TV.
Okay.
And
And we will store it in your house. Cause no.
that's fine. I got another room.
All right.
The Smart Labels lab was updated. Smart Labels now appear here and include also purchases, travel and finance, messages, and filters.
We have 3 VHS up.
3HS.
4 VHSs we can destroy up there right now.
We got it all on
We can
3HS.
destroy the 2 icon in pieces, a
No.
Mic Cop, and the arena.
Why would
Wait,
we just...
Arena? Do we have
It's on
the
the. It's on the
DVD?
combo DVD.
I
thing.
have it.
You have it? Good.
It's on a Shout Factory compilation.
I'm
Like,
saying,
like
I'm saying,
Deathstalker
we can nuke
was.
these into orbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now.
We could, but I'm not going to...
Oh, you want to collect them?
No, I
Are
just...
those prescription glasses?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, they are.
Oh, okay.
Dick move.
Hi.
No, I mean, I'm not going to...
I'm Richard Move.
I'm Richard Motion.
I think No Holds Barred's on DVD too.
What is
Yeah.
it really?
Yeah, I think the
Cool.
WWE got the rights and they put it up
I
themselves.
see Xanadu back there too.
But
Yeah.
That's still on. Is that on DVD?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
is
yeah,
it?
it's
wait,
on
what?
DVD, but
But wait a
hasn't been
minute,
put out
isn't
on
that-
Blu-ray.
Oh,
That isn't a DVD copy.
I
of
do see
Xanadu?
Action USA back there, and man,
That's never. Gonna
that's
be on DVD.
yeah, that's lost to the sands of
Cool
time.
as Ice, probably not ever.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, what when we get Vanilla Ice's 14th reality show that finally clicks, we'll be like, hey, they got made a movie.
Vanilla Ice lives with the Amish people,
Yeah.
and Ice goes Amish.
Ice
On the Learning
Also
Channel.
on one of the Food Network Food Challenge shows.
Yeah, of course he is.
Like
Yeah.
400 of those.
Chris
though.
Kattan.
I know, but there's one with
Man.
famous people on it.
Is
But
Amos?
he's one of them. And he used the drop the zero, get with the hero line, and Rice Baby, which they've shown in every
course he
single
did.
commercial for it in the history of commercials. But yeah,
Honestly, if
So-
I was him, I would be making jokes about my stupid, shitty career too.
yeah, I'm
Because
glad
that
he.
would be all that sustains me.
I'm glad he's kind of pulled the 180 on it and just been like embraced it at this point. Because man, he used to be like an
Man.
angry motherfucker about it.
He hated everything.
That MTV show where like the Saturday Night Live people are sort of bullying him, and he just sort of snaps. And
Yeah,
sort
starts
of
smashing.
set.
And isn't it Chris Kattan who's like, Vanilla, stop! So good.
Oh, when he hits everything with a baseball bat?
Yeah.
that was great.
The fuck out.
Yep.
And Chris Kattan's like, no vanilla.
Yo, Vanilla.
I was afraid Chris
Kick
Kattan
it
would.
for
Well, I
me
wasn't
one
afraid. I was,
time, boy.
yeah,
Because he was trying to be the whole.
Rob Van Winkle.
Yeah. And they were
or
like,
ice or whatever.
No,
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice. And he was
Yep.
like, oh yeah, well, watch me fuck up this set.
Yeah.
This guy's like, no vanilla.
So we went like when Vanilla Ice like resurfaced as the whole rap rock sort of thing under the tutelage of Korn or whatever the fuck he went through.
God.
He should have just been Vice,
Yeah, that'd have been good.
like
Um,
an acronym maybe. I don't know what it stood for. But.
me and my idiot friends, I say idiot friends because I love them dearly. We decided that we were going to go to this fucking show, and because why not? It was at the Milk Bar downtown here in sunny Jayville, and
Yeah, visit it.
no,
You
no,
can't.
only when it's sunny.
I'm just saying it doesn't exist. You can't go there.
Yeah, but it was at this place called the Milk Bar, and it was weird because it was like quasi underground, and really a shitty place by
Oh.
the time like.
It was always shitty.
Well, it wasn't always
No,
super
but
shitty
pretty much
as far as I
always
know, but it was really shitty because this was right near the end when they were like a week from shutting down, and right when Vice shows up, it ruins it all. And there's supposed to be an opening act, but he demanded that the opening act not go on, and then made everybody wait for 3 hours standing in this club to go on, and he played like 5 songs and left. He played the single that he was trying to push. He played the rocked up version of Ice Ice Baby, and then fucking dipped out. It was the worst concert I've ever been to.
Yeah, Run
Yeah.
DMC actually did that a few years back. I think it was. I think they were playing whatever it was in 5 Points, whatever the club was when it was.
5 Points Theater?
This is probably about 10 years ago.
5 Points Theater.
Yeah.
Well, it was either Club 5 or
Club
5
5,
Points
that's
Theater.
what it was. But they didn't even have an opening act. My
Nice.
friend left at 1:30.
And they still hadn't gone on.
They still had not shown up.
Yeah.
Apparently, they came out at 3.
Holy shit.
This was like on a fucking Wednesday night.
wow.
So like by the time they came out, most of the people had left because they're like, I've been standing around for like 5
Yeah.
hours. Doors opened at 8. Where the fuck are you?
God, what a
I
piece of
was
shit.
a part of. I'm pretty sure you could still mention the They Might Be Giants concert to They Might Be Giants, and they would remember it, where they got fucked out of the Milk Bar.
Oh,
Like, one of them got sick on stage and like ran off, and they kicked everyone out of the club. Didn't pay the band and didn't give any refunds.
what?
Whoa.
Wow.
They played like 2.5 songs, and one of them was like, "Oh God," and ran off stage. And
Yeah.
Jesus.
like they were literally like, turned on the lights, were like, "Get out."
I
And
w-
never paid the band either.
I was at a show at Murray Hill Theater where the trombone player in this Christian ska band is a long time ago. Trombone player was jumping around on stage and like Flappy broke his ankle. Like like the type of ankle break
there is
where
justice
Is that
in
that
the
game
world.
everyone's talking about?
What's that?
Scott
The game everyone's talking
Yeah.
about? Flappy ankle.
Yeah,
It's
flappy.
really
ankle.
hard, I hear.
Yeah, but no, like he was jumping around and
Jesus.
stepped wrong, and his ankle just fucking snapped, and it was like a dangly foot. It was gross.
Remember when there was only one for
That was when you fucking
when the
broke.
trombone player was hopping.
So you really hate ska bands or Christian ska bands or Christian bands?
Yes.
Yes.
Nah,
There were-
ska. I don't mind ska. It's a good song.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
It's all right. It's an all right song.
Yeah. They were a good band. I was disappointed.
Jen loves like all that.
Op
shit.
Ivy.
Like Real Big Fish, all that
I've seen
garbage.
Real Big Fish was the first time that I crowd surfed
Yeah.
in Norfolk, Virginia.
Yep.
All
right.
Are you what they caught?
Yeah.
All right, it's 11:30. I gotta get going.
Nah, fuck
It's time to
Good
party.
night, everyone.
it. Yeah. Goodbye, live stream. I love you.